Skillboat keeping it all on track. Sequence got his back. Feed his vision growing dank. Paint his ladies got lots of charms. Michigan Rose Show. Michigan Rose Show. Fun grown doing big ass grows. Red Southern farms all got the flame. Michigan Rose grows folks. Just wanna grow something to smoke. Michigan Rose Show. Michigan Rose Show. Michigan Rose Show. Michigan Rose Show.
Welcome to the Bro Show Live. What is going on, everybody? It is Sunday. I'm here. You're here. We're here all together. Well, let's get high.
What's up, guys?
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
What up?
What's up, guys?
Lots, Spartan. We literally an hour or so ago just got back from our trip to
Nice.
West Virginia whitewater rafting.
West Virginia. Take me.
About it, guys?
Wait a minute, Troy. Wait a minute. We said in the pre-show that Troy was supposed to be singing this for us, man.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Spartan has ended the late session last time with singing us out,
That's
and
so
now
fucking
he's
funny.
already singing. This is a new thing, I think.
This is a musical. Welcome to the Musical Bros Grow Show.
there you go.
Nominated for a Tony Award.
You show your talent one time, and you just have to keep giving it to them. You have to give them what they want.
You can't keep your light under a bushel all the time, brother. Let it shine. Let it shine.
That little light of mine.
Take it away, Troy. I queued you up for it. Let's go.
Do it.
Take me home, West Virginia.
Woo!
I need some lyrics in front of me. I can't
Okay.
do it.
You're not ready for karaoke yet, but
Okay,
you're
no.
good.
You guys probably didn't even use the disc player in the car, huh?
No.
Bluetooth,
No.
Spotify.
You just had Troy.
We use the 8-track.
The 8-track.
Hell yeah. I got 8-track player now that thanks to my buddy Baked Pone, I have an 8-track player now
It
because
plays 8 tracks.
yeah, that thing plays 8 tracks too, dude.
What?
Would you buy like a credenza or something like the old record player, speaker, the whole
Yeah,
deal?
it's a record player, CD player, FM, no AM, tape, like a
Ooh,
tape deck
fancy.
from a car that's slided sideways, you know that. And maybe it doesn't have maybe it's just a tape deck.
Yeah, it's just tape. I think. I don't think it has 8 tracks. That's old.
That would be sweet if it did.
Yeah.
Those usually sound really good when you can hook
But it
them
plays
up.
records too, which is really
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
So here we are.
You guys want to talk about our trip?
I would
Yeah.
love to hear about it.
What?
Do we have show and tell or just tell?
What was the name of the river you guys went floating down?
The Green River.
No, so we were on the lower New River, what we rafted.
Lower New River?
Class 2 and Class 4 rapids, I believe. There might have been like 1 or 2 Class 5s in there, but so it's like an intermediate rafting thing. It's like what you do to tune up before you do the crazy shit. But world class whitewater rafting, people go from all over the world to go there to that river. So it was a really, really good time.
The New River.
Yep, the new
Shout
river.
out Cantrells. That's who we floated with. They were phenomenal. Our guide, Adam, was so great.
Supposedly the second oldest river in the world too. The New River.
The New
Wait
River.
a minute. Wait a minute.
Oldest
I
river in the
I
world.
know.
call shenanigans.
All right,
there.
all right.
Yeah.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
River.
Thank you, Baked.
Second oldest river. in
Just look up the oldest
world.
rivers.
I'm hoping.
The New River.
Fact check me. There you go.
West Virginia.
Take
what's
me
the age on
home.
What's it say?
It says it's estimated to be between 10 and 360 million years old. So
Jesus.
pretty broad range, but I mean, how accurate can you be when you start going
And
that
the
far
bridge
back?
that goes across it is the third highest in the U.S.
Now I gotta find out the first.
Crazy.
So
First is
Yeah.
the Fink.
we rented. We got a car through Turo and just rented that fucking little minivan, and it was awesome. We named it Elaine, and
Elaine.
yeah,
Did it have a
man.
dumb dance?
Nice.
Was
Wait,
great,
was
I
our
guess.
chariot?
We only filled it up twice.
Handled the curves just fine.
Yeah,
Who,
we're
drove,
going-
who was the driver?
my friend. Yeah,
Okay.
my friend. So
Tara got a little seasick in the van.
No.
I was good going home, but
Did you, Ralph?
I was a little. I knew.
Did you get a
better,
paper
but I was
bag?
wanting- No, I just wanted to watch out the windows. I know better. I just shut my eyes and I was fine. with
Those
it.
mountain roads can get nauseous.
They
Yeah,
don't
dude.
mess.
We used to go through North Carolina, and one time we were on one for like 2 hours, and almost everyone got sick,
Yeah. it was-
except the driver. Usually the driver doesn't.
no deliverance moment.
Thank goodness.
But we did see a house today that
Oh my gosh.
may have been the site of where it was filmed.
Oh,
Some hills have eyes looking shit.
We thought it was
Oh.
the wild and wonderful whites of West Virginia.
We were scared to even take a picture of
It's a
them.
whole lot of W's,
On the
man.
porch.
I was sneaking my camera in the window.
So anyway, yeah, we took the van down and we got there on Friday, stayed at this really cute Airbnb that my friend and I had stayed at a few years ago when we went down. And
It was awesome.
yeah, it worked out
As long as it's
perfect.
cute. As
For
long
the
as
five of
it's
us.
cute. That's what makes it official.
Wow, it was
Yeah.
perfect. Had 3 rooms. We had
Everything we needed was there.
Great
Walking
location.
distance to like places to eat and get some coffee and some breakfast and
That's cool.
only 4 minutes from Cantrell's. So that's where we went rafting, and it was a small little family-owned company, and they took us down the gorge. And I'd been, so it was fun to watch Tara and Troy and Sequence go down again, or go down for the first time, because it is really such a fun thing to do if you've never done it. I think Tara, you were a little nervous.
I was. I
So-
definitely was a little apprehensive. Just, I'm safety wise in a sense, so I know the dangers. And, that first spill we took over the edge, I was like, holy fuck.
Here we go.
Here we
It's
go.
3-foot drop.
Yeehaw.
So,
looked more like 5 foot.
You
but-
know, it was the best experience I've had in a long time to do something. It was. I told Jessica Sequence earlier that it was very team building.
It was awesome.
It really. We all worked, and we did. We all worked really, really good.
I see you still have your glasses on, so you must have done that well, or at least not
I
wearing them
got, I
when
got me
you're
a
going
strap.
down.
Nobody
You
fell
like a
out.
1970s NBA player with the what's it called? A croquis, I think
Grant.
is what they used to call those. Yeah, man. Horace
Oh,
Grant.
Harris strapped it on.
They're strapped around.
I paid the $5 for the strap.
Who was the screamer? Did Sequence scream at all?
Who was a screamer? What a question, Skilbo.
Oh,
Wow.
I screamed plenty.
Gotta
I
lead
did
with
a lot.
those, man.
Yeah,
I think we
it's
all
just
did.
fun to me.
Yeah.
At one time,
Um,
our guide was hooting and hollering in the back because he was having the best time. He was like, "Y'all did this perfect. This is exactly how it's supposed to go." He's like, "I
Oh, yeah.
love this one."
There was a time where he told us what we were going to do, and we executed it perfectly. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
He was really good. Shout out Adam. He was awesome.
So nobody fell out of the boat, sad, but Painted Lady
If
and
you wanted to.
Boy, Nut Tree, they did go over some rapids swimming, which was pretty cool. And so they got to experience that, but nobody fell out.
It was
Well,
both
because it wasn't-
because Troy and I had to pee, and so we
Peed in
floated
the oldest
down
river, second oldest
together,
river.
and we held hands and peed, and we became very close.
Did you
like
sing
closer.
Kumbaya?
P
Yeah.
brother. P brother.
Yeah, man. Brothers of the P.
Yeah, man.
Did you
Yeah.
feel
So-
warmth from his
The yellow siblings.
Nope.
Yeah.
It took
You've heard of Indigo
every
Children.
second to relax
Right.
enough, but then we held hands and it was okay. And then, then he felt comfortable enough to let it go. I said,
Yo,
let it
warm-
go.
Wait a minute. That was Spartan's cue to sing right there, man. You set him up perfectly for that lob, and he just let it pass by, man.
No. I won't be patronized.
Oh, except if you go to Patreon, guys,
Oh shit, man.
we'll make a new
we floated on
category.
the river, and it was fun. That little part of it was just kind of fun to you're kind of like you're just caught in the current. You're like, okay, now I can. But let me tell you, getting back in the boat, not easy.
Yep. Yeah.
Not so easy. Not that easy.
You
What was
guys
it
were
like?
gone
We
for
looked up a rock.
What's the water like? Was it cold or was it warm? or-
70.
It was warm. It was like 75, 80.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
That was nice.
Wait, yeah. Tell them about the rack.
Yeah, I jumped off of a rock. It was, what was it, 20 feet, 21 feet off the water or something like that. Pretty good jump. Made my ear hurt a little bit.
Did you scream?
Apparently only he jumped off of it.
Did you land? Did you land on your side of your head?
Did you fall like this in the water? Well, how did it make your
Fishing out.
Who
Who
else?
jumped first?
Who jumped right before me? There was
Oh, I don't know. Some dumb
Nut
twat.
tree?
Painted
Right.
Come on. Oh man.
I didn't have no desire.
Oh man.
No desire.
I wanted to, but unfortunately, I'm an old lady and I have to go to work on Tuesday, and I
Oh,
know that I
geez.
couldn't make anything be hurting me that already isn't hurting me. So I was trying to be a little smart there.
I'm
It
glad
was-
that you guys all got out and got to have a good time with it,
Oh my
man.
gosh,
And
what a wonderful
you know,
time.
Oh yeah.
It was really fun. It wasn't cold. It was a beautiful day. The sun was out. It was gorgeous there. And next year we're going to go again. And we're going to go about a month later when the Gauley River is open. And that's the really fucking gnarly one. So we're going to go again. And the colors are going to be out in the trees. And we're going to be paddling our asses off.
Water will be a little colder, I think, but different.
We'll
Probably.
definitely need those things.
It'll be a little colder, but it all depends on the water level. Like if they get a ton of rain and the water level is higher, then some of those rapids are under the water, so it's not as much fun. So they called it when we got there. They're like, the river is playful today, and we're
Yes.
Yeah.
like, what
We're
that?
like, oh, okay, what does that
Or we
mean?
go when they let the dam out. Is the time to
What the hell
go.
does that mean?
Yeah.
I was wondering the same thing, Big. Like, ha ha ha, get in the water, bitch.
Yeah.
Man, it was a good time.
So what's the move when you if you fall out? Would they tell you just swim to shore?
No.
So,
No.
yeah,
No.
typically the shore is covered in rocks, so you want to
So-
float down
Yeah.
the river. Actually,
Yep.
Feet up.
yeah.
Mhm.
no standing because you
Not go back to the boat. Not try to grab the boat.
Eventually.
In
They
different
used
spots,
to-
They tell you different things.
They'll tell you
Oh,
what
okay.
to direct you.
Did they make you guys practice floating on your back before you ever got into the boat? They used to do that shit for the Alps and stuff. If you're trying to go through those, they make you,
Make sure we
you know,
can
put the
paddle.
suit
Yeah,
on, put the vest on, and then
It was-
okay,
It was a serious river, man. They had backboards all along the side of the water, strapped to trees and shit. And like, there's a map
shit.
of emergency helicopter landing points for the river, and all the rapids are named after people. And the guide, he goes, if a rapid is named after a person, that generally means something bad happened to him.
right.
You know, so
There's quite a few
I
places.
mean,
This
they-
is called Old Lady Tara's Turn right here. Be careful, guys.
Yes, yeah.
Like a lot of undercut rocks, they call it, where the water just rushes underneath the.
I rode in the
Rocks.
back with the guide.
Hey, whatever, man.
That's where I wanted to be, in the back.
Tears at the director. Nah, to the left.
I just
Come on,
took
Troy. What are you doing?
I didn't say a word. He was up front with the sequence, and I had nothing to do with him. I was in the back doing what I needed to do.
all right, Troy, do you want to bring up the pictures from the trip?
Yeah.
So
All right, give us a second here.
Go, Troy. Go.
see if you can figure it out. You can either do the slideshow or you can just
Look at our buddy.
start
Nut Tree modeling his classic roots
When
farm.
you get the mouse over
quick
there.
add
Yeah,
to
man.
stream
Smash
is all in there.
That's a sweet hat, man. I like it.
Let's see if you can figure it out.
Well, my mouse might roll over to the other screen.
Laser
What kind of mouse did you set
Laser
him up with? Sequence?
It's a G502. Nice.
Oh, that's perfectly. Yeah.
And
You can use
Tara's
that.
helping too. Look at Tara. She's such a good cheerleader.
Oh, yeah.
Quick add to stream and then
Ayo.
there's our
There we go. There we go.
Here we go.
so here's our layout. We had Troy and me in the front there.
Oh, you guys got a good anchor for sure.
Sequence knew they were taking his picture at this point. You know it.
That's the guy I want on the back of my book.
Oh, he's gone.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes these pictures.
Oh,
will
shit,
look
everybody's
like
That's a
gone.
good
Look
shot.
at gone.
You just see arms sticking up.
The Yeah.
So we were rafting for real, guys. This was awesome, intense stuff. We got wet and everything.
There was times we were supposed to be paddling, and there was no water to paddle in.
Troy's
This is his face right there.
Troy's got some great faces.
I was having a good time.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Yeah.
It was a blast. For sure. I recommend
It looks like it's moving pretty quick too, man.
You kept your sunglasses the whole time, huh?
Yeah, I didn't even have a
That's
strap
nuts.
on mine either.
That's impressive.
I almost lost them. Sequence had it on a paddle and was picking them up for me. There they
Oh.
are.
Nice save, bro. Nice save.
Yeah, I saved his glasses with a paddle underwater. It was
Yeah.
crazy. Because he jumped off the boat voluntarily with his glasses on his head.
Like
Like,
an Ingleberry and
Baby, come back.
or bring that up.
You can blame it all. Huh?
Yeah.
You can buy new sunglasses.
Tara
But there
laughed.
is only one of you, Nut Tree.
Make them floaty. They put some floaties on it. Put some little floaties on the sides of the sunglasses.
Yeah, I know. I love those.
In all these pictures, you'll notice that Painted Lady and Tara are always laughing.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
you want?
That tree always looks kind of afraid.
I noticed that Tara's always leaning away
He's
from
the
the
person
water.
that's gonna hit a rock.
And I'm smiling and all.
Come on,
He
we did
looks
the float
scared.
down a couple of times, guys. You know, side life, front life, back life.
So
all
you're
that
stuck.
stuff.
Are you stuck in a whirlpool here or
I
something?
think we're just surfing.
We might be surfing here,
Surfing.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
Well, you're not moving though.
That was the point
Nope.
where they
They
float
hit
up
you with
to
the
the
speed
boat.
shot, man.
Well, I don't know
Oh.
part of it. Then it just kind of caves in on the boat.
Huh.
And the guide's pretty much holding us straight back
Yeah.
there, keeping
Yeah.
it.
What-
rudder.
He's doing all the hard work, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
people look at Painted
Hey,
Lady. She's
anchor.
just laughing.
You notice in all these pictures where she's laughing, she's not even paddling.
Yes.
So we're trying to be all in sync. You see, we're all paddling together in some of these pictures.
Yeah,
Dabby,
her paddle's
How
still
about,
moving.
how about one person? There's one person that's just sitting there laughing.
Yeah, there's the paddle. The paddle hasn't moved.
Yeah. It's
Walk
up in the air.
into the paddle. Oh,
Interesting.
yeah, there's evidence.
What?
I don't see one picture with her paddling the water.
Okay,
I
look,
haven't
here
seen
comes
that.
Sequence's paddle. That's a full rotation from Sequence's paddle. That must have been a fun ride.
I think we're finally coming out of this.
That's fun,
I
though.
can just see her now getting off the boat. Woo! I paddled my
I'm
ass
so
off.
tired.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is like a Peloton.
No wonder
Man,
she's
she's-
not sore today.
I was gonna say when she said she had to work Tuesday, she wasn't bullshitting. She's taking the weekend off.
Yeah, Chad, that's what they did. They had a couple of picture spots set up.
Oh shit! That's the closest picture right there. I think that's the closest picture I've seen to the water.
Oh,
And
yeah.
half the boat's in the water almost, or almost hit it.
The guy goes, "We've never had a guest with a dry paddle at the end."
Just put this one right back up. Hang on. It's fine.
He did say that sometimes a lot of people go down and they're like, they kind of think
Screaming.
it's like Disney where it's a ride and they don't have to do anything, so they don't go to participate, you know. And he'll end
Well,
up.
I mean, you
paddling.
really don't have to, but it's a much better ride if you steer away from objects.
she
And,
goes.
you
Look,
know,
it's in.
There she
There it
goes.
was. There it is. There's some. Oh
Yeah.
my god!
there's no water coming
Hell
off. it.
yeah!
We got evidence. She did. She did get the paddle.
Look
in
at
the water.
Troy's face.
The only time,
That's a
the only
good-
time
There's
she
like
got the
it
paddle in
looks
the
like
water,
there's a
Troy
tidal
was
wave coming. Oh, there's a tsunami.
Even the guide looks a little sketched out.
Oh no, this was us.
Look at that picture. You guys are disappearing.
Yeah, so we were intentionally going into the rapids from the bottom. Is what this is right here.
That's a good picture right
What
there.
rapid?
Yeah, I have no idea, Zorro. I mean, I can't remember it all.
No, it's hard to remember. I mean, it was so much. It was a lot. We went over a lot of rapids.
Hmm
I definitely
miles.
swallowed some water.
8 miles.
8 miles.
Oh yeah, we ate some of the New River for sure.
So I'm thinking you guys didn't smoke on the water then, eh?
Nope.
We didn't.
Did some
Okay.
edibles.
The
So
guide
do
we
they
had
have a-
probably would have enjoyed some smoke, though. I bet. Yeah, he was a cool guide.
He was a
Shout out
cool
Red
guy.
Center Farms. Our guy got some gorilla breath from you, just so you know.
There she is. We're,
Oh,
we're all
in the water.
paddling.
Yeah, like, yeah, that action.
Working hard.
I don't know if that's a paddle. I'm not convinced.
There you go.
She got
You know
a big
what?
smile on her face still.
Yeah, that looks like she's paddling. I'll give it to her. It looks like she paddled at 10.
Now that there's nothing
Now,
to
when
do.
you guys got to the end, do they have a shuttle or something that takes you back up?
Your face.
So I want to know this, Tara. Would you do it again?
Absolutely. And I already
Oh,
said
yeah.
let's step it up a notch and go a little higher next year and do a little bit more.
The
When you
next
say
one
higher,
is
do you mean higher on edibles?
all right.
No,
so-
like a little more experience on the
Yeah.
next level of rapids. And
Maybe
So
more
for some
CFM.
reference, the one that we did this time was 8 miles. The next one is 14 miles, and it's around twice as many rapids.
Is it the
Oh.
same river?
Yeah.
Different river too,
Oh, okay.
so it's about twice as much rapid action that we're gonna try.
That one must be the Gully then, the Gully River.
Mhm.
If you guys
Yeah.
are in this call with us, think this looks interesting, maybe you should come with us next year, and you can be in some of these pictures. You know what I'm saying? It was a great
That
time.
was phenomenal.
Maybe we can get 2 or 3 rafts going.
Yeah.
They've got bigger rafts. They got the whole deal. We can have a good time.
They've even got they got their own camping area with cabins.
Yeah.
Live music.
They had live music, good food.
Was it banjos?
Did
you hear banjos?
It was
I
rock,
haven't seen banjos.
Okay.
like country rock.
This trip was from 9 in the morning until 2:30 p.m.
So not to put too fine a point on it, but how much does this excursion cost? If someone was interested and wanted to know more.
I can't remember.
It was $100 for the ticket.
Yeah, like 120 bucks per
bucks.
person or something.
Okay.
And you get lunch. You stop halfway through, and you have like a little sandwich.
I got way filled up too. I had plenty to eat.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it was little kind bars and Pringles. And a bunch
Turkey
of good shit.
sandwich.
Yeah, and then
Oh, there's the whole thing.
yeah,
There you go.
It was a
What do you
good
think, Chat?
time.
Do you like the MVGS family vacation slideshows?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a good job on the pictures. I always
Mhm.
forget to take pictures when I go to events and shit. I enjoyed that.
Cool. It was really fun and it was beautiful. And if you haven't been down there, like I know Spartan, you weren't excited about the whole Red State thing and everything, but honestly,
I'm
We
not
were-
excited about the Red State. I'm not excited about the water. I'm not excited about the boat.
We were probably
Because
more
there-
worried,
About the
There
rock.
could be fish in
I
there.
think we were more worried about getting through to
Fish.
Ohio was the
Oh,
worried
okay.
part.
It was
to
so
get through.
fun, man.
So, did you guys hotbox the minivan or no?
Oh yeah.
oh,
Oh yeah.
the entire
Friend. Pearl was the friend.
So
Pearl
that
is
What's that, Tara?
Pearl is the shit.
Yeah.
we smoked that Pearl thing Spartan the whole way up and back, and as well as
Do you want to show that off real quick?
Tara's little dabber.
I think it's
You
in
don't
my
have
bag
everything.
in the other room.
Okay.
I don't know. I
I'm
don't
not sure where Pearl is.
Spartan, you have one? Yeah, that
Oh,
thing.
there you go. There's Pearl.
It's the
I still got to
shit.
get a hold of them. Yeah.
It's
Jesus.
nice because it's not like a regular bowl where it's like off putting smoke the whole time.
Oh, and it's not like your typical one hitter either, where there's resin dripping out and crap. It was really nice.
It's really easy to load, easy to empty. It never got clogged. It was
We packed that thing full a bunch.
tasted great every time. And then, yeah, it was fantastic. Worked really, really well. All the way down. Never worried about it. We sat on the fucking front porch of our Airbnb allegedly. And we may or may not have smoked bombs and everything.
Out of a bong. and
They
everything.
shooting, Troy. They're shooting.
Yeah, we did it for 2
They
hours.
shoot
Shoot.
and you look.
They finally slowed down here. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Dude, I know they were blowing shit up. I was trying to take the dogs outside. I got one dog that shakes like drugstore dice anytime she hears like so much as a firecracker and shit.
So
So
did I.
I was waiting, and I said, okay, I think we're safe. We went outside. Man, I know Sooner got her back through the door, and it was like Armageddon outside again.
Oh man.
It was like sweet.
Like us there, get everything
Mhm.
moving for her. Get those
She
bombs.
came through the doorway and just get like the boogie run all the way to the bedroom, like
Yeah, head down, tail
You're
between
good.
the legs. Yeah, man.
So outdoor
Yeah.
man. So I had that problem with those fucking thrips that I seen, right? And
Yeah.
aphids. There you go. Whatever it is,
We
it's,
need whatever.
Whatever.
No.
it's gone.
It's
It's
a-
gone.
I'd rather have thrips than aphids. I think.
Yesterday's news, man.
Yeah,
So-
me too.
What I ended up doing was I took like 6 or 7 soap nuts and I steeped those for a while. And then I took 20 drops of peppermint oil
Steeped it
and
in
20
what,
drops
like water.
hot water. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like making a tea out of it.
Yep.
And then pour that into the sprayer and then put the 20 drops of peppermint, 20 drops of cinnamon in there.
Nice.
Fucking hosed every part of the plant, the top of the fucking, like the
So was it in the middle of the day. It was like in the early morning or something.
early morning. Yeah, I went out there like 7:30 in the morning.
Okay.
So it was nice because there was still dew on everything too. So
I'm
I'm
with you.
hoping that plus it's a saponin, so it's gonna spread and
Spread,
go
yeah.
along there. And I'm gonna go back out and do it again tomorrow morning. But it's been raining here a little bit, so
So one time
It
so
looks
far
like-
you've done it.
one time so far. Yeah.
So when you go out have you gone out? Has it been 24 hours yet? Have you been
Yes.
able to go out? Does it smell like it still?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
So it has been raining in between though.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe it's just washed off some of the oil.
Right.
It was raining all day here today too.
I had some big wins, man, and I got a couple of really tall ones, and I'm just so thankful that I'm rocking some shit that has a nice girth to it. So
Oh yeah. What would you say, Baked? We saw our outdoor. We went and looked at it on your way home from the airport. We stopped by and took a look.
Jesus,
They're
we were grilling the shit out of you on the late session about it. You're like, fuck, man, I'm so high, I don't know, I can't remember.
Bro, I caught something from one of those dang planes. All them people.
off the
I-
planes.
Uh
Yeah,
oh.
I
Uh-oh,
caught
you
them
got the-
on Monday and Tuesday.
You get the creeping crud.
No, I had a COVID test, so it was negative and all that, but I don't know what it was. Just so many people. Both flights were full as heck. I don't like that.
Did you have a good time?
But yeah, I had a good time. but yeah, we came back and checked out the outdoor, and it was all fine. We got this. What was it? Chop
orange-
juice. Chop juices are loving outdoors.
Beast.
Yeah,
Orange green hazes are still the biggest ones, probably. They're
Did
they're
fucking
the
beast.
Clones of those?
biggest, but they're also a problem. No, we have no clones of anything.
No,
So
yeah,
we're just running it. But then we went to the other plot. Mac was even doing not bad, and everything else are good. We had some slurricanes, I think. That's what it is.
Yep. Supposed to something 3.0.
But we need to get out there and trellis them now. They're all, before they finish stretching. So I don't know.
Yeah, at least 1 or 2 rows.
Yeah, we can do that whenever. Maybe tomorrow if you're not
You
doing
were talking
anything.
about adding a little trellis over here.
So,
Yeah.
so what is the superstar out there in that garden that you guys are looking at? Like, ooh, shit, I can't wait for that one to come down.
Galactic grape.
Probably the chop juice for me.
Okay.
You guys should take a cut of your chop juice so that you can, you want to find some a stable outdoor strains if you're going to grow outdoor every year, like you've done for 2 years now. If you're going to do it again next year, you want to run those known good ones, and then you have more winners next year, and then you can, make it more and more worth your time every time you do it.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
like, you could throw a 6-pack out there. Let's say you take this
That's
clone
good.
and you hold it for a while, take 6 cuts of it, and then you can try your other 6 outside. You can try new genetics, but you'll still at least have,
Yeah.
We have some
Something
of
that
the stuff.
rocks.
I mean, like half my collection's out there for sure.
Get all the
So,
chop juice.
that's
You can
back
run all of them.
Yeah, he brought a lot of.
Then you can just pop more seeds next year.
Yeah.
Them
Yeah.
seeds drain.
Well, he didn't pop all the chop juice. He had more seeds, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have more. We only did 4, so I should have more. But yeah, I could probably get the clones out there. I hate
Yeah,
bringing
it
outdoor into indoor though, to be honest.
What you saying about my outdoor? What you trying to say about the outdoor, man?
It's just
Stronger,
it's more
better.
dangerous.
Stronger, better, faster. We can rebuild him.
I brought
But
one
yeah,
from that one outside that what I found out in my flower bed that just fucking, I'm not sure what it is, but it smells fucking stinky now. So I
The
want to get
volunteer?
rid of that. Yeah, that volunteer. Dude, the
nice.
stock is huge on that thing.
You know what keeps getting me is I'll be standing, maybe 20, 30 feet away from my garden and the window blow, and it just smells dank as shit. And I go over to the plants and I'm like, okay, which one is it? And I can't figure out what it is. So I think it's just like a medley just blowing through there and shit.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that galactic grape then.
Oh man, we just got home and I was like, I gotta look at my plants, see what's going on, because my neighbor said that we got about 1 inch of rain yesterday. So I went out there. Well, I looked out the window and they're leaning a little bit. Galactic's leaning a little bit, so I got to stand up and get some more support beams going this week. I've got time. I've got the week off of work, so I'm gonna do that. But man, Tara and I were wandering around. Tara and Nuttree and I were wandering around the yard on Friday, smelling doing some stem rubs and stuff, and some of the others. And that was it shepherd's pie that you had been looking forward to before?
Yeah.
We did a stem rub on, and that was the East Coast cultivars.
I
breed.
totally thought it was going to be like meat turf just by the name, and I should not have thought that. But man, it's lemon lime. Woo!
Ooh.
Really
Right.
nice.
Like Sprite lemon lime. It's crazy. So
Wow.
yeah,
Very, very bright.
looking forward to that. And then the was it the Triple X that we were smelling?
Very berry.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
And Endgame. Endgame was another one that smelled pretty good too.
Yeah, I think I like the end game.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
like the grandpa's stash too.
mhm. Yep. So we'll see what we can get to harvest, but they're all doing fairly well right now, and fingers crossed. Continues. I haven't seen any aphids or any trouble like that yet, Skillo, but I'll check them out this week and see.
Definitely.
It's been a few days since I've been able to inspect them.
Got to get out there, man. The one terpene that is coming through off of one of my smell of success, it's super lemony. So I'm happy for that. I was listening to some old content. I mean, when I say old, I mean really old content. Sequence and I did a podcast that was called MBGS Episode 0. We were just kind of talking about, where we had come from and shit. And I would have sworn that his favorite terp was orange, but that's a later on thing when he had like the OKC and shit like that. But in the beginning, he was Mr. Lemon Terps.
Yeah, I mean it's all the same idea, really. The citrus, lemon, lime, orange, the fruit or the light fruit flavors and stuff all carry kind of similarly. Something I wanted to bring up when you're talking about terpenes and the stuff that you're going to smell in your garden is going to be the terpenes that are volatile at the lower temperatures. So when you actually stem rub them and stuff, you might get a different profile than you're going to get out of your room and what you're going to actually smoke too. So just because it smells like a certain thing doesn't mean that it's going to taste like a certain thing.
They can change.
Sometimes they'll even age. Yeah, as they age, the age of how long I spend in flower, it'll change a little bit sometimes.
Because you're only smelling the terpenes that are going to be volatilized into the air. So
Right.
some of them aren't going to be volatile at 75 degrees. They're just
No,
not.
but we had that run of fucking 90-degree weather though, and that's when I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yep, you're going to get a lot more of your plants for sure.
I was really happy when I was messed around water in my breeding tent that has the vortex in there, and that female I ultimately picked, the number 4. Oh my god, does it smell so good? It's like you guys are talking that lemon terp, but it's like the lemon cleaner like terp. It just smells so fucking good to me. So
Yeah, man.
can't wait to get that clone in the flower and get some of that flower, man.
I got to smoke a good bit of your Cobra milk, Spartan. Thank you to you. Gifted that to us, and
What do you
very,
think?
very good job, man. Very good job.
That's what we smoked in Pearl all the way down and all the way back up.
Yep.
How did you feel like that high hit
Hey,
you?
for girl.
I feel like that Cobra milk to me is a little stony. Like it kind of puts me to sleep a little bit.
I felt kind of the same way, but it was not bad for the trip because that's kind of how we wanted to be.
There was
Just
one.
kinda-
Sorry.
I got a little chopped cookie taste off of it every now and again.
I was gonna say, what do you guys think for the terps on that? How would you explain the terps on that?
That's what I wanted to ask. Yeah.
I was just going to say there was one time.
'Cause that's what
I
Billy wants to know. I can see he's chomping at the bit. He just wants to know.
I mean, I heard terps, so I logged in.
Quick.
Talking about that Cobra milk, you have a cut of that.
Yeah, no, it's still in veg. Unfortunately, I've been kind of behind on my clone cutting game here, so I've still got to take cuts of that and a couple other strains. But I'm honestly over vegged, and the problem is, I told you guys in the chat, I have essentially
Ooh,
3/4 of my flower room coming down all within like 10 days of each other. So that's kind of poor planning on my part. But I have strains come down everywhere from 54 days to 65 days or something like that. So it's a decent stretch. They're all just timed up.
Do you freeze most of your stuff?
Yeah,
So you're just
95%.
gonna need a
at
lot
least.
of freezer room.
Yeah, I've never overfilled my freezer, fortunately, but it's a good size one.
Nice.
So curious, Sequence. What's your, especially because of your background with with cigars and all that? Would you pick up on the flavors on that? I won't give you any. I think I've already said it, but I'll go ahead and just let you say what your piece is, what you think, because I'm just curious what you thought. As far as because it's hard for me to describe it.
I did get a little bit of the orange, like Tara said. I don't know that it was Trop Cookie necessarily. I think that Tara has been describing all of the little Trop Cookie lately. She even said that.
She's leaning deep.
I don't know about that, but I really, really enjoyed
Your
it.
face.
Both the density and the the density for me is like it's not a defining factor, but it's like one of the things you notice right away, and you're like, that's quality flower, and you can tell it's nice dense flower that's showy and stuff. And then it smokes really well. We smoked it out of that little pipe all day, and the pearl and any type of a pipe or anything like that, you can't clean it all the time, so it's gonna taste terrible sometimes. It never did. So the flower shone through. The little device was awesome. Somebody was asking in the chat what it was. It's just called a Pearl. The brand is Pearl, I believe.
It's like partially vaporizer for a while. I think as you burn through it.
Yeah, because it kind of heats it indirectly a little bit of it.
Yeah, it's a unique It's not a straight like hitting a. It's not like hitting a spoon pipe, right? It's a different flavor. It feels like a different flavor, like a better flavor.
Mhm.
More on the end of a drier vape.
What do you taste out of the Cobra milk?
I get see what I think is I get fruitiness. I can't pick out a certain fruit, but it's fruity to me, and I do get like the milky, like it's suggested in the name. I get like that, not so much like a creamy feeling, but like I don't know, like a cereal milk. Like
yeah, no one said Fruity Pebbles yet. That's what I'm waiting for because that's the term.
Well, that's
I'm
what I mean.
looking
It's
for.
like fruity milk. Like it's like maybe I had some fruity cereal, and then but the cereal's gone. It's just the milk, and I'm drinking that. It's a muted berry.
Fruity Pebbles I could kind of get because of, like we said, it's like orange, different fruits and that sort of thing for sure. I could see where someone would get that sort of idea from it.
Like a creamy Fruity Pebble, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm excited.
I enjoyed it.
I grow. I
It
really.
was very good. It didn't turn
I
me
did
off like things when I do taste orange. So I very much enjoyed it. I didn't get that sleepy. I just think I get sleepy anytime when I'm in the car.
We had some Rainbow Driver though with us too. People
Way
filming.
back, and we were all three of us in the back were sleeping. It was just Painted Lady and her friend were in the front seat. They were talking, and I was like, I'm gonna go to sleep too. Lay down. It was a good time.
It was thankful. It was a great weekend.
It's travel when your passenger is just asleep.
Yeah.
I don't get to do it often, really. Usually, I end up driving all my friends around and stuff. Not you guys necessarily, but
Every
back in
once
the
in
day when we were doing concerts and stuff in my life, I was always the driver, and so it's kind of nice to not always be doing it anymore.
For sure.
For Girl, you missed the rafting pictures, but you'll have to go back and see them after the show. It was a very, very cool time. My first time rafting, I really enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I was listening to a little bit of it while I was finishing up harvesting there, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to really see anything. So yeah, you guys put pictures up on the video.
Yep.
Sweet,
Slideshow.
nice. Yeah, I saw the one must have been professionally taken by probably the crew there or whatever. Oh, there's the just confident smile on Sequence's face, and
Oh, dude, I was so into it.
and honestly, a little bit of Painted Lady too, because you could tell like this ain't her first rodeo either. She was just like, hell yeah, I'm having a good time. But Sequence is just like,
Oh, you got to go back
should've
and
been on the
watch.
front of the road, you know what I mean? Like,
You have to go back and watch it. We exposed Painted Ladies.
Yeah.
that's all the show.
Expose
Yeah.
your ass. I paddled and I laughed. So
Paddled and
I did nothing
She
wrong.
just
One
did way
paddle.
more. She just did
One
way
paddle.
more of the latter than the former.
Oh,
You know what it was?
Good,
You know what it
man.
was? I listened to the guide.
And he said, "Don't paddle."
These stones
He said,
sometimes
"Do not
were
paddle."
paddling when they weren't supposed to be because the guide was like either two
Tattletale.
forward, 3 forward, or all forward. And then he would say 2 forward, and they would go 5 forward. And I'm like, he said 2. So just keep that in mind, Spartan. Until you get your ass down there.
So wait a minute. So it's better to just sit back and laugh at everybody and not paddle at all, is what you're
It's
saying.
better to stroke it.
Better to listen to your guide, is what I'm saying.
Oh, well,
supposed to
what's he
paddle,
telling you to
but
sit there and
don't
laugh
say
at them
it.
and not paddle?
Yeah.
You're supposed to
Lost.
paddle only the amount of times he tells you, because there's a
Oh,
certain
so it was just
amount of time, certain
poor timing on the camera. You were paddling the approximate amount of times. They were just taking pictures when you weren't
In
paddling.
between. You know, like where they show the helicopter that looks like it's just moving without the blades.
Yeah. So like Spartan, you know how when you take a video and it looks like a fan, but it looks like
Oh yeah. Okay.
that's what was happening. She was actually paddling.
Damn. Yeah.
Right,
Hyper.
Right on every frame change.
Yeah.
She
So
was
it's always
consistent.
out of the water.
30
Yeah.
frames per second.
Yeah,
Consistent.
you need a faster camera.
Paddling like a
Okay.
motherfucker.
I take it all back. I didn't realize that was the case. I'm sorry.
Tara, you're
I'm
muted if you're
Never
saying
mind.
stuff in there.
Never mind.
Never mind.
There was some times where Troy was just paddling, and I'm like, Troy, you said 3. He's like, oh shit.
That was happening a lot, you guys.
In my defense, it was hard to hear sometimes with the rapids going up there. I was trying to lean back and listen, but luckily our extra would yell again how many
You
times.
guys need to be all pro and get waterproof earpieces that you can talk to.
Ooh, the gamer headsets.
Get the ones that go around your neck so that they don't
Oh, that's probably
wash off.
comfortable.
Take a
as
vibration.
not.
And an earpiece, and that'd be dope. And you can hear each other. You'd be a fucking badass team. You'll be out there. fucking
$600 a pop.
Yeah,
Sing earphones and stuff.
don't lose them.
Holly River has a 14-foot waterfall to drop off.
Oh, jeez.
14-foot waterfall drop off.
It was in.
Let's go.
How much does that hurt?
Thanks.
Probably not at all.
Well, a hard pass on the waterfall drop off.
Dude, it's so fun. So fun.
Hashtag me too.
I'll ride in the front.
Oh,
My lead grower Jen's going in a few weeks, and I think that's what she's doing is that float with the
Same run.
14-foot drop.
the waterfall float.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I'm not ready for that.
I'm
Maybe after
pretty
our
sure-
next flip, then I'll be ready for another
I'm
different.
pretty sure I could have taken the unicorn down that motherfucker, dude.
Ooh. Bro, you couldn't take the unicorn down the lazy river
The
without getting
unicorn
fucked
was
off
the
it.
accoutrements.
Yeah,
The accoutrements?
we were
Okay.
we were in the
Yeah,
slow
you can-
part, and you
We
fell
were-
off.
Thank
That's a
you,
good point.
That's true.
We were in the shallow end too. It was like
He just forgot his
He
saddle.
got, he got clotheslined off. It really wasn't his
fucked up
fault.
the-
He got
fucked up the
clotheslined off.
dismount.
Was,
Yeah.
yeah, the dismount was what was wrong.
It's like the equivalent of a cowboy getting his foot stuck in the stirrup. It was kind of
You know what though? He was a cool motherfucker halfway down though when he was just big pimping on there.
I
He
lost
made it the
my-
whole way. Yeah, he made. I was legit. I was
Yeah.
a witness. He made it the whole fucking way. Not even a drop on his ass. So the
Uh,
end where it was just a colossal.
You know when we
That
think
part
about
was
that,
cold.
I
Dismount.
always remember the first one that we did and the Rattan Death March that they had to do with that fucking floating island shit. Do you remember how it
Yeah.
lost there and it was just like
I just remember looking back behind
No.
me. We're all like lashed together, and it's like this cloud of smoke going up in the middle of the river. The Huron River, this cloud of smoke, and I couldn't be more prouder, man. It's one of my most proud moments.
it was a
Just
fucking
seeing
blast.
that, the flotilla, the MBGS flotilla with a smoke cloud, man.
Man,
Held
we
together by rope ratchets, man.
Yeah, it was.
were going down on all these novelty floats, and everybody on the side of the river's laughing and cheering.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Because of
man,
course
I-
we go by campus. Then fucking your unicorn was a hit. People are cheering that shit as it went float by.
Hell yeah.
Who brought the rope ratchets? Because
I did.
I put that in every toolbox, dude. They're so useful.
They mocked me in the beginning. I was like, no, it'll be cool because when we get to the mellow part, we'll be able to clip this shit together. Like, what? I said, no, seriously. Tara had already busted her fucking knee in the very beginning of the Argo shit. And, you know, it was a
You're like
great
a
time. Though
giant
we got it
bard.
all settled up there. Everybody lashed together. Fucking had just multiple joints just going around the flotilla. It
We
was
just took Tara down
something
some
fucking
class
special.
5, and she didn't bust shit.
no, no. Well, she was trying to help somebody the
She's
first time.
learned. She's been trained, man. She trained on Argo Park, man.
I did my part. I listened.
Thank
to my
you,
guy
Smashed
well.
420. Appreciate
Yeah,
it, man.
just want to shout it out. Smash. Yeah.
Tara
Sure.
was for forward 3.
That's right.
Mhm. And my two back. I did that too.
That's right. That's why we maneuvered that one rapid so awesomely and made our guide woo.
You
Yeah.
broke some records.
It made him woo.
I don't know
Yeah,
about
he
that.
woo. He was like, woo! We did that. Come on, y'all.
Hell yeah.
Baked, it's not all about paddling forward. Sometimes you got to paddle back.
Yep, we did.
Yeah, there's records for that
Sometimes.
too.
Two back.
Sometimes you sit back and laugh, Baked. Sometimes you just sit back and laugh and enjoy the ride.
Sometimes you just laugh, and watch other people paddle.
Yeah.
There were times that I was supposed to
going.
be paddling,
Keep going,
but we
motherfucker.
go and there was a wave and then there was no damn water for me to paddle in. So, in her defense, she was paddling, but sometimes there wasn't any water there to be paddling in because she was in a wave.
Oh yeah.
Tara, you're fucking the story.
All air.
Yeah.
Let us go in on her. Let's have some wreck.
Well, I just like to see the picture evidence. That's all I want to say. I just want to see the
At
picture.
30
evidence.
frames
Well,
per
yeah.
second.
Yes, you know what? There is a picture evidence.
I mean,
Your
that was
ass
better
going
than
down there. That's,
that was better than
I never claimed I was ever going down there. What do you mean?
that's the point. Proven.
I mean,
Prove
that was
what?
better than
Prove it.
What?
Prove it.
It was better than the
We're gonna
Zapruder
get
film,
jousting
man.
Lansings, and we're going down to West Virginia.
I just want to know when we're gonna have the drag race with these fucking carts again, man. Because that to me
Oh, the karting was
was
fun.
Again,
fucking phenomenal.
I'm
wanna
ready.
What's the
lose
name?
again.
What's the name of that place and where is it at?
High Caliber that we went last time. That was in Lansing someplace.
Let's go to the
Oh my god,
faster
it was so
ones.
much fun.
There's another big place in Lansing. It's supposed to have the. It's outdoor. It's supposed to be
I really enjoyed it.
really good ones.
Who was the winner of all that? Out of all of us, who was the
I
was
think
it Porch
Porch
Farmer?
won.
Oh, I
Yep.
want to give a belated birthday, or is it his birthday still? All these
It's
days we're
belated.
I think
together.
it's today.
Happy birthday, Porch Farmer.
Yeah,
happy
happy
birthday, buddy.
birthday.
Today seems like it's
Happy
like 2
birthday.
I think
days,
it's
3
like
days
40,
long.
41 now.
What? He's not fucking 41, bro.
He doesn't look a day over 40.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe
Happy
40.
birthday.
He's still a baby face,
Happy
man.
birthday, Porch.
Happy birthday.
He was fucking off with golf carts today. He better be old.
Yeah, he, has a club, he does own a club cart, so
I saw that.
I thought for sure he would have like some badass side by side or something like that. That's like, you know, the racing models and shit. Nope, Mama Wiz got a club cart that was stuck with one wheel spinning, just
one
spin it.
Dude, that's the most fun thing to take on trails is just a bone stock golf cart with smooth ass tires and no ground clearance. You're
Mhm.
just sliding it everywhere, and
They go
You gotta be
fast.
careful to tip them bitches over too, man.
yeah, it's
Oh,
so
yeah,
fun.
If you go out stunting in those, you got to be careful, man. That Tokyo drift can turn into a fucking lay it on down.
Yeah, that's fine.
You ever had?
That's
like-
fine. It doesn't have a roll cage, bro. That shit's for
Sort
show.
of.
It keeps the sun off.
It kind of does have a roll cage, kind of.
It's got a plastic.
It's an
thing.
awning, man.
Yeah.
Something to hold on to. Get your hands
Some
smashed.
thin tubing holding
Something
that
to
up.
fracture and slice your head off. Sure.
You guys ever taken one up a hill that was too steep and it not have enough power and just give out?
Oh no.
No.
It's so frightening.
It's like doing a rock and roll in a half pipe, you know,
Hey,
like a fakie.
it's like-
You go up and
it's
then
like
just come back
this.
down fakie. Oh shit, man.
Start kicking it forward like this, trying to drag it forward.
Well, you want to bail out, but you know that's even more dangerous. So you basically
Yeah.
just have to hold it straight and hope that you go back down.
For
straight.
Girly, when I was a kid and I got my driver's license, my first car that I actually owned was a 1982 Escort, which hopefully some of you know what kind of a wreck-tastic thing that is. And I used to work at this Kroger's. There was a Kroger store, and then next to it was like this big movie theater, and there was like an 8-foot grass berm that went in between the two of them, like this big drop off. And I waited until it was snowing out and shit, fucking around with my friends. All we did was skateboard. So I was like, dude, I think I can do a rock and roll. I think I can go up and hit the top, and then I think we can roll back down. Man, I got that shit all the way up and came all the way back down. And fucking at the very end of it, my car, because the snow was so deep, had acted like a snow plow and like plowed it in the back. So me and all my dudes jumped down. Here you go, man. Use a shovel, use a frisbee, use this. Just kick the snow with this. We're out of here. All right.
That was the most
Fun times,
terrifying
man.
fucking shovel. The fastest, most terrifying shovel job you ever did in your life.
Go, 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 go.
Come
It's like
on,
11:30
let's
at
go.
night, dark as fuck, you know, there's fucking big lights and shit.
Sure, it didn't make any noise. Didn't draw any attention.
Reminds me of a
bunch of-
story. My buddy and I were fucking off in the truck, and he's like, "I'm gonna back into one of those orange parking barrels." I'm like, "All right." So there's nobody around, and he backs into this orange parking barrel, and it gets caught under his truck. So he goes
Oh,
to
no.
drive forward, and it's like down the road. Oh, shit.
Those things
Trying
are
to get
tough.
out to under the truck, and it was a huge pain in the ass.
Oh man.
No.
Yeah,
He needed to do a rock and roll to get that thing up out of there, man.
it was hilarious.
Fakey out of the way. Wow. Yeah, that's
Too in high
not good.
school.
Fun times. We are 6 minutes Dougie Fresh, and it will be hash time. So make sure you guys gather up all your accoutrements, torches, bowls, jars, hash, joints, whatever. I'm already fucking baked, and we are only 54 minutes into this program, so it's gonna be a fun second hour. We'll see where we go.
Spartan cookies today. And I am
Let's say, Spartan Cookie should be kicking in. I see shout out to Dankman Dan there.
What you got?
Absolutely. Banana bread.
Banana bread. Nice.
Want to give
Oh,
a
what's
shout out to
that?
chat. If you guys have any questions, make sure you toss them in there for us, and we'll discuss them. I think I seen one way up there, but don't remember what the fuck it was. Let's go on a scroll mission and find it.
Oh,
was a
I'd like to
boot-
bring. I got something I'd
idea.
like to talk about.
Hit it.
We were showing off over here first for Gully. You got my you got my attention. What is
That's
Ooh,
that's that that clementine that I jarred up in
Oh.
March.
Of course, it's every time.
It
Why
looks
is it-
great.
It's not as turb or not. I shouldn't say turby, but like viscous. You know, it's not like
I know,
dripping like it was
it's
last time I
thicker.
showed it. But I realized when I opened it, I didn't close this lid all the way, so it's definitely been exposed for the last 2 months since last time I showed you. But I'm gonna dab some of that. Sorry to interrupt with my visuals.
One thing that I wanted to bring up was there's an actual name for it. I don't know what it's called. I'll have to look it up, to be honest. But if you go to Michigan Weed Stir's Instagram, they're having a protest next month on the 11th. So that's 10/11. While I'm coughing.
Ooh, somebody's getting it. Who's
Yeah,
driving
they
that?
are punching.
Working.
Sorry, we're all waiting. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he forgot how to breathe.
Like we got time for that.
And so
Golly.
if everybody could show up. They've asked me to speak at it, so that's going to be fun for me to figure that out. Stand up in front of a bunch of people and talk.
I mean,
still.
you do it all the time. You're good for it, bro.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I only have to do like 5 minutes, so I figure I can wing that. Probably
Oh,
do it.
yeah.
How long was that first interview we did with you again? Wasn't that the first two-parter we ever
It's
did?
a little
I think you
different,
got-
man. That's a
It was
way
3
different
hours,
thing. I'm
42
not standing
minutes.
at the Capitol
Oh my God.
talking.
Dude, it's no different than anywhere else. You have the same message, and that is that people need to continue to be able to grow their own plants. We don't need to micromanage all this bullshit.
Yeah, that's really what this is. This is a protest against the corporations using lobby groups to try to meddle in a whole different set of laws, the caregiver laws. It's like they have no right to fuck with the caregiver laws. That's
Right.
not even their lane. If they want to approach Congress to make things better for themselves and their space, cool, stay in your lane and do that. But why use your fucking advantage of money to influence, to give yourself some advantage and at the cost of the patient? It's just
Mhm.
it's just frustrating. So
I'm not sure if there's anyone here that can share it. I've got the flyer up on screen share rather.
so it won't let you share. Is that what you're saying?
There we go.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, guys. But yeah, so it's a Tuesday, so I understand people have to work and stuff. But man, I wish it was like the Woodstock of weed and everybody show up. So because there's going to be
I'm going to try to be there, man. I'm going to try to be there.
It's going to be awesome, man. If we can get as many people as possible to show up, there's going to be vendors and stuff there. And I mean, I don't know if the show could get a booth there. It'd be kind of cool, but
That is
I think it would be a good
Tuesday.
show. It'd be a good show of. I don't think you can have like actual products there, but I mean, for like a show, there's not a product, so.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool event, and it's all for the caregivers and the patients and home grow here in Michigan, and so there's going to be some lawmakers too. It looks like sound like they might be speaking, so it'll be they'll be in the audience, so it's going to be cool that at least there's a few people in the audience, even though they're already pro on your side. You might say something that they haven't thought of that makes them even more on our side, and maybe they can turn other people that they work with, right? So it's going to be cool to have the ear of some lawmakers, or maybe their staff members there. So it'll be cool. I just hope a bunch of people turn out.
We usually do have a decent turnout, but I don't want to say that as to discourage someone else from showing up. That would be like, oh, we got to make sure we're there.
I don't know if there was the thing on there, but I think everything starts around noon. It's usually
Yeah, it's noon to 5. It says it on there.
okay.
I'm going to go with this garlic poison, man.
Nice.
It's good stuff. We're less than a minute from hash time, everybody.
Yeah, buddy. Don't forget to change your water.
Oof.
Oh, did we call you out?
No, shit. I use this thing dry, bro. Fucking
Oh,
warrior.
I just
Yeah.
realized I was muted. I had a couple people walk by the tent or the booth in Clio while we were passing out garlic poison dabs. And they came back later telling us that they thought someone was cooking spaghetti in the tent, and they realized it was just the garlic poison dab.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, well, all right. I mean, it's garlic.
That's a
but
fucking nice fucking compliment, man.
I
Yeah.
thought so. I was
Hash
spaghetti.
time. Let me do this since my little buddy's not here. Hash time. Shout out to Red Setter Farm and to Becca. They are working hard this evening. So
Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, cheers.
Make sure you're switched over to the live chat too
Ah, shit.
right now. If you're not in the live chat, after you give us a thumbs up,
Oh, shit.
shout out to Nuts
Red's
Tree.
not here to
I
do
made
that
that in
either.
top chat. Thank you for the reminder.
hash time. Everybody get your hash. Smoke it up.
Just like Grandma used to make.
Yeah, she made the best hash.
Wait, I thought we were still talking spaghetti.
Talking about garlic
Oh.
poison spaghetti. I mean, we can make some hash spaghetti.
Only the cool
Dude, I
grandma.
made cookies with it. Let's
There's
go.
Thank you, Red.
Speaking
Ooh.
of spaghetti, I want to thank Spartan again for the delicious sauce, marinara sauce that he gave us from the vegetables, the tomatoes and everything out of his garden.
You're very welcome.
It was fucking delicious. We had some spaghetti
It was delicious.
with meatballs, and
Nice.
it's fucking yummy. So
How'd you make
Homemade
it?
meatballs?
I just took. I just
made from Bougie Meyer.
yeah, she slaughtered some animals. You know, the cats brought home a cow the other day. And
We
so
saved enough
She,
shit
she ground it
parts.
up.
We had
Oh, wow.
chips.
That's deep.
I just
Yeah,
wonder
we
if
skip
Sequence had
ourselves.
socks on and didn't want to fuck with the cow because he only had socks on.
You're a real fan if you understand what he's talking about there.
Mhm. Yeah.
To answer your question for Girly, I just took. I've been getting an abundance of tomatoes, a ridiculous amount of tomatoes. So one of the ways I get rid of tomatoes is I throw them all in the big pot on low. And if they're the big like beefsteak style tomatoes, I'll skin them. I'll just pull the skin. It's pretty. You can do the whole trick of boiling the bullshit and
Blanching
fucking
them,
put them in
yeah.
cold, but I don't do any of that shit. I just cut them in 4 pieces and then just peel the skins off with a knife, and then throw the rest in the pot. Just keep throwing them in the pot. I also put, let me see, I chop onion, garlic. Let me see what else. I got chives out there. I got garlic chives out there. I take some oregano,
Do you grow any basil?
basil. Yup, purple basil. That's what I put in there.
Ooh, fancy.
And then sage. And what else? I don't remember. There's 3 different kinds of tomatoes in there. There's a bunch of sun gold tomatoes, which turns the sauce a little orangey, and then I can turn it back towards the red with these the big beefsteaks that I have, and then also I've got these midnight snack tomatoes, which is like a grape tomato, and they have a black top and then a red bottom, and they're more of a sweet meaty tomato. And so I just keep literally just keep throwing those all in the pot. I don't worry about skinning the little tomatoes, like all those little sun golds, and the only ones I skin are the real big ones. And all the little sun golds, I just throw it in a food processor and just blend it up, and then pour that into the pot, add it to the pot. And I mean, that shit that I made for them, I think it boiled for like 12 hours, literally, just because it was so liquidy, and I put it in a big ass pot, and I had so many tomatoes. And I just go in there and stirring it every once in a while, stirring it. And I might throw some spices in there out of the cabinet, like salt and pepper or something, and just some spices. But I generally season it like on an Italian marinara side, because that's usually what I'll use it for.
The oregano basil, man. That's it.
Right. But you can easily, and I've done this too, I've easily made a chili sauce the same way. So instead of adding a lot of those Italian spices, you throw in like chili powder and cumin and
How do you
things
feel
like
about
that.
adding like a spoonful, like a tablespoon of sugar in there?
I absolutely do that, and it's amazingly good.
Ooh,
Especially,
hold on,
I
hold
actually
on,
use
what?
brown sugar is what I use.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the old Italian trick is use brown sugar in your tomato sauce because that cuts down the acidity of the
Acidity,
tomatoes. And spaghetti sauce is always better on day 2.
Yes, Yeah, and it thickens up, and I like my sauces a little thicker, so it takes me forever because I'm boiling it down.
Dude, I mean, I don't want like there to be a pool of sauce at the bottom of my plate of spaghetti. I want it to
No.
like get soaked up by the noodles. You know what I mean?
I thought you were going to bust out in a song there for a second, Skilbo. Spoonful of sugar.
I was
Well,
seeing
you
that.
can't do it all. You've
Yeah.
got to sometimes leave openings for somebody else. That was your cue to take. See,
Oh, well, we were muted. And I mean, I wasn't going to take it because I thought you were
Okay,
going to.
all right.
I was sitting there talking, not realizing we were muted. But
Shout out to Becca. Check out Rebecca's Instagram because she's sitting here in chat right now. They just did that. They boiled that. They just did that to make their own sauce, and they posted it. It looked like they got a good amount too. So that's really cool. I'm about to do it again. I got so many piled up again. I'm like, here we go. But I've been eating tomato sandwiches. Ugh. I love sandwiches.
toasted or not?
Yeah, I've absolutely toasted. What are you talking
That-
about?
that-
Are you a
My
caveman?
tomatoes are juicy, bro. My tomatoes
You
are juicy.
man.
You have toasty.
I mean, you could make them as
It would
panini
fall
if you
apart
wanted
in
to
one
get bougie
bite.
with them.
No, it's
Right.
got
That's still technically toasted.
it's got to be toasted.
You're not air frying them.
No, man.
That's a good way to toast bread.
I didn't.
That's
I
how
never
we do
thought
our
of that.
bagels. We got rid of our toaster and just started using our friggin' air fryer for it.
that's what my friend was saying. On the
Oh,
way,
power,
she
though.
uses her air fryer for everything.
It's just there's too many appliances nowadays, guys. You know?
Okay, well, my toaster still fucking works, and it cost me nothing to keep it, so I'm using my toaster, and it was I love.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I wouldn't go buy an air fryer
Wait a
just to
minute.
get rid of your toaster.
Absolutely.
What does Baked think about this? This is the time for a baked rant, really.
What do you mean? I just wouldn't do. I think the air fryer uses a lot of electricity, but I'm a big fan of toaster ovens. I need a toaster oven that fits at least 8 slices of toast at once.
You
Why
need
is it
one of
gonna
those
be a
restaurant
mistake?
ones that has
Is
the
that what
conveyor
you-
belt.
Cause I want to do a big.
4
I want to
sandwiches.
get all my toast at the same temperature at once. There's no this like, oh, I just got 4 out. Now I got.
Do you
4
eat
more
8
ready.
slices of toast at once?
You're not eating it all.
Why
at once,
not?
though.
You know,
It's
how,
like
like,
half a loaf, bro.
eh,
Well, look at him.
That's
all
like
he
a
fucking
quarter of
eats,
a loaf.
Joel, and he's 6'8".
yeah,
I didn't know you could make toast in an air fryer. But
didn't
you
either.
yeah.
you need
bro.
all of your toast to be a uniform temperature for what? Are you doing science experiments?
He doesn't
I'm
want to
eating
wait.
it. I'm eating it.
You can
I'm
only
eating
eat
it
one
really
slice at a
fast.
time,
You
bro.
can't
You
eat
should-
8
I
slices.
can eat it
Yeah,
really
really
fast.
Right. It's cooling off.
He deep toasted toast, man. It's like gone quick.
Unreal.
Really
I,
fast.
I will say that a toaster and an air fryer are within like 200 watts of each other, so it's not really that big of a difference. And then in
200
terms of
You have
utility,
to remember,
You,
it makes
Mr.
all
well, we're
Monday.
talking like 1200 to 1400 watts. It's not. I mean, that's like less than it's like 18.
Over how
15%.
how many minutes? So that's the thing. Air fryer's got to start up. I'm already toasting as soon as I hit the button.
Yeah, but you're just toasting the outside, man. That's
Absolutely
a
true.
cold bagel on the
That's all
inside.
you
know what
want
I'm
is the
saying?
outside toasted.
Well,
Yeah,
sure,
that's
but
all
you
they
don't want
have
a cold
is-
inside.
What do you
You
mean?
want the
Heat
inside to be
transfers
gooey.
through the bagel
Oh, yeah.
or the toast?
Yeah, gooey and cold. No, thanks.
Isn't a toaster oven and an air fryer essentially the same stuff?
Yes,
No.
100%.
One has a fan and one doesn't.
Did Bake just say, I'm a toastin'?
Because they're both
He's a
competitive.
toaster.
Oh, okay.
Vic, I want you to know, bro. I forgot to tell you. I had to defend your ass. You weren't even here, but Skill Bro over here was trying to talk shit on D&D. So I had to go.
What?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
I
he's
don't-
uninvited. He's uninvited.
Yank the invite is back.
Oh
You
man.
will
Take
not
that off
allow
the
me to
list.
become a 19th
Fucking
level
shit on
paladin.
D&D. I got a cool dice right
Oh,
here.
now you're
Hey, you wait, hold
Oh,
on.
man.
Show those dice off. Is that D20, man?
That's the one you just made.
I got the metal one I showed Spartan.
Oh, that metal.
Metal.
The whole metal set is dope.
Oh, shit.
no.
Hold on.
This is
I can't-
not
I
the
Yeah,
can't-
hold it back up.
No.
Focus it
Man,
up
that's
there.
pretty fucking dope, man.
That is a cool one, man. It's fucking metal. It weighs like 400
Yeah,
pounds.
baby. Look at that.
That's sweet.
Hell yeah.
And then I got this glass one. This is one of my favorites.
Oh wow.
Ooh, that's cool. I like the colors in that one.
Cool.
Yeah. What a
Yeah, that's
So you-
fucking
That one's
good.
really
But
light.
yeah, I just cast my first 2 sets. So one of them's cool, but the other one's like not what I wanted. So
Why?
Where do you order your shit
because I
from?
tried to mix two colors, purple and green, and just kind of have them just swirl around each other. And the purple is way more prevalent than the green, so I need to add more green dye.
I see.
Not a big deal, but
Or add a little white to the green to brighten it up a little bit.
yeah, or so, exactly. I need to mess around with colors. I got so many colors and stuff, and then I got this awesome UV reactive pigment that I'm gonna mess around with.
So are you gonna have a black light on while you guys are gaming?
We might
No,
have
but it's just gonna be like the
we might have
glass
UV so that we
show
can
off stuff
get
with
blinded
UV.
while we
There's-
play.
Cool.
Smashed already figured you out. You're making weighted dice so you can cheat in D&D.
I'm not making no
Blinded
weighted.
by
They're
the
actually they should
There was
be
your song, Painted
evenly,
Lady.
evenly weighted, unless I put things in them.
That's what.
If I
That's what
put like
somebody with some,
objects in them, they'll be
I'm just
weighted.
gonna say that's what somebody with some girly, weak ass wrists would say. Who doesn't want? Oh, these are too heavy.
Wow.
No,
These are too
weighted like they're gonna have a
Like they're loaded, meaning that they're gonna only roll 20.
I know these guys just don't. They're like taking dad jokes serious now. God.
Oh, he comes in with like the heaviest 2-ton dice.
Yeah, it's like the guy's bowling with the fucking 40-pound.
Well,
ball.
I'm disappointed. Back to the original topic. I'm disappointed, Skill Bro.
Why?
not?
Because of the D&D thing?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go watch what you said.
Dude,
Well,
I'm gonna
speaking
have
of
to go watch what I
bowling-
said. I don't even remember. I think
Speaking
I
of
was just
bowling,
making a
can you
general
believe
joke
these
about it.
nerds, chat?
Oh,
Like,
I thought it was a general joke. I think.
when do we get to
I
start
remember,
bowling?
I remember I had to really correct you.
Rein
because
me
you
in?
said so. Yeah,
It must have
exactly.
been a late sesh, man.
It might have
Blame it
been.
on a late sesh.
It might have been.
And were you also going off about the difference between tavern music and cantina?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's what they were. Yeah, they
I
got
remember
mad as
hearing that.
shit at me, dude, when I said it was some
He's all
cantina
saying-
music. They fucking
all trying to
jumped
say-
me like some
he's all
Star
trying-
Wars fans.
What's the
So I
difference?
was trying to say I was trying to
Oh
say
shit!
how
Don't you start it. Don't
I
start
was
it
just
again.
trying to say how like a serious DM would probably take some like cantina or not. Now I'm fucked up.
Oh,
Would take
no,
some
fuck
tavern
it.
music
Spartan
from
cookies.
like you know some Instagram or not some Instagram, some YouTube playlist or something, just tavern background music, and play that while they're in the tavern room. And he goes, "Oh, like that Star Wars scene, the Mos Eisley Cantina." I'm like, dude, it's a fucking cantina. It's a totally different thing. It's not a fucking tavern at all.
It's a space western.
Totally different type of songs. and shit, too.
Thank you, Skilbo. I agree.
So it's
Damn.
like not even close to the same thing. It's like he
I
wasn't
think
even taking it
cantinas
serious.
existed before Star Wars.
Star
I'm
Wars
sure,
happened a long
I'm sure it
time
did,
ago,
but he's
bro.
talking specifically of that fucking scene.
Oh,
it's like
well, yeah. If
It was
you're
the
a
night-
fan,
yeah,
example.
Yeah, I got jumped for it, man. I was not nerdly enough.
Definitely a cool
Apparently.
Nice try, Jake. That was a nice wiggle. That's a nice short wiggle around there. Nice.
I
like
found an app that'll give us both cantina and tavern music.
Hell
that.
yeah.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. See, he's already
So we'll do
prepared for
that.
that.
The important thing is they're two different categories.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
Okay.
I am dutifully chastened. There we go.
Well, yeah.
Well, either way, you're fucking out. All right.
That's right.
It's all in the name of entertainment.
Mm. You'll see how much fun we have.
No, I'm with you,
Thanks,
Skilbo. I
man.
think they're a bunch of nerds, and they should get beat up regularly.
Someone's getting a
maybe
purple
their
Nurple.
lunch money taken.
Wait a minute. Instead of a purple
possibly
Nurple,
some swirlies.
it's
Oh, no.
anthocyanthins.
You know what? We need more solventless cups. don't we, guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you guys want to talk about hash time?
Let's
We
talk about
hashtag
hash time 13 minutes ago. You're pulling a
Strawberries
red.
and cream from Red.
Yep.
Oh man.
What, we having a second round of hash times?
I
mean,
mean,
there's
I got
always
the
room
bell.
for
We can
more.
have as many as you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me, how was was there any awesome incidents on the road trips? Or are you telling me there was uneventful road trips? There's no
No
there's no
squirrels.
sequence
black
partying and blowing out the whole fucking hot box.
Hot
Very
box
first
in the
night-
car.
ass
Very
turd.
first night, I scared Painted Lady in our room.
She thought it was a bear and it was just your ass.
What else?
It was
You thought she
funny.
saw a snake?
It was a snake.
Snake.
No,
Oh.
I wasn't scared of that.
There was.
Oh shit! Damn. See,
What else?
jokes on every side, man.
We almost hit a dog on the way home, but thankfully we missed the dog.
Yeah. That would have been
That
bad
was
luck.
probably the only that slight incidents we had.
Was it a mountain cur? A feist? Since you
We
guys
were
were up in the
definitely-
mountains, the hollers.
You know, we were West Virginia. We were just left, and somebody had like their dog ran out, and then they called it back, but it was right there, and then
Did you understand what the dog's name was, or was the accent too thick?
Oh, we didn't get that close.
Okay.
We didn't know any names.
It sounded like fire.
Kept
You
them
don't
names
name
rolled up.
Skeeter, get over here.
Too hard.
So there's a few close calls on the road, but their driver handled
my
it really
gosh.
well.
Did you guys get any
Even
fog?
Fred was awesome driver.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to
Going
drive for once.
I
I
want to get
could
back
just
to
leave.
the
It was
shit Sequence
phenomenal.
was saying. What the fuck were you talking about? Scared the shit out of Painted Lady. What was that about?
I did.
Something
Yeah,
goes
well,
bump in the night.
What was that about?
What room were you in?
Elaborate.
I was just hiding, and then I scared her.
So you intentionally tried to scare.
And he came in at night. It would go to bed, and he was behind the door. And whenever somebody scares me, it's like it happens, and there's like a 3-second delay, and then I'm like,
You gotta
I'm pretty
process
sure
and work
that's
it.
what
I get to wind up.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
I thought you were gonna say something like he was dark in the room and he started playing the what's that fucking movie called? Desperation or fucking
Desperado.
God damn it. What is that movie called?
The Cantina.
No, not Star Wars. Fruit Loop. He's gonna ride me till the end of the day. So thank you for Girly. For Girly and I.
Deliver.
What was it?
Deliverance. Thank you.
Oh,
Deliverance. That's what it's called.
banjos.
So what you do is in the dark, with the first night there, is you play that banjo sound just as soon as the lights go out.
Yeah.
Like everybody, all you see is just the eyes open in the dark.
That's not
Uh-oh.
cool, man. That's not cool.
We're out of here.
So the sequence, I got to know, did that scare the fuck out of you when she just pauses and then all of a sudden lets one rip like that? That'd probably give me half a heart attack.
Oh, dude, it always scares me when she lets one.
Do you scream like that after a delay?
Because you're probably up close to see if she's okay, and she just.
She just like jumped like that, and then nothing. And
then
then
you're worried she's having a heart attack or some shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on.
At this age, you never know. Jesus.
You never know at any age, honestly.
we scare
You
each
don't
other.
have to be any age at this point.
He's one of these times, he's in for it because he just didn't he
He's in for it.
on the way
She's gonna
home
karate kick him in the
from
chest.
Nut Tree. He provoked me and said, "What'd you say? I'll never scare you or something."
Some such similar thing.
He provoked me.
Oh, we can brainstorm away.
So
She's using
Yeah.
illegal terms right now on camera.
The last fucking time I told you guys
Oh.
about it, dude, she put pillows under the blanket,
But no,
trying to look like a kid from like high school, skipping.
She snuck out to go to a party or something.
Put a mask or some shit.
She's hiding behind the bed, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?"
The bed's all stuck away from the wall by fucking a couple feet away from the wall. You're like, what the
Bueller.
I'm gonna wake up and there's gonna be like a scarecrow in the dining room, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, that's weird." She's like, "Are you scared?"
I'm gonna get him so good sometime.
sometime.
Oh shit.
One of these days.
It's gonna be amazing. Maybe right.
You're gonna get her to the point where she's like, Sequence, I got you. I slashed your tires.
Right.
I would never do that. Tune into the late sesh tomorrow to see if I got him.
Oh,
Oh, nice tease on that one.
sequence. I got to know.
That's
Yeah,
gonna make
dropped-
it even more
dropped on-
terrible for him tonight at every turn.
You'll never know.
Say every turd or every turn?
She's gonna be like,
That would make him
Turn, too.
scream.
You're not
I
safe in
would
the
try
bathroom. You're not safe in the bathroom anymore, man. Check the toilet. Check the toilet before you sit down.
"Honey, come downstairs." And she's gonna be like, "Go fucking hide somewhere." So full of shit.
Boo.
But I gotta ask you, sequence. Have you been brave enough to eat one of those hot peppers yet?
I haven't.
Oh.
I should eat one, huh? Hold on.
Right
I'll
on
get
the air.
one. I'll eat
Yeah,
one right
do it
now.
live.
Oh, okay.
We'll get to
Challenge.
show this off when he does too.
All right.
How many Scovilles? How many Scovilles?
It's a basket of fire pepper.
Basket of
what-
fire pepper.
I've never
Run
heard
out
of this one.
Martin grown. It's an ornamental pepper. I grew it just for the bugs, for the predators, but it grew some
80,000.
Okay, 80,000. That's respectable. What's a jalapeno like?
Here it
2,000?
says which,
60, I think,
for
jalapenos.
comparison would fall between a cayenne and Thai peppers.
What's a jalapeno?
Yeah,
like?
what's a jalapeno? Something we know.
You don't
Two
have
or
to,
three.
you don't have to focus on me. This isn't like
show it
Okay,
off so we know what it
a
looks like.
jalapeno is 2,500 to 8,000.
Dang.
So
Okay.
this is about 10,000 that, or 10 times that.
These are
I
like
saw
That's
those
pretty
in the
hot.
kitchen. I was wondering where those came from.
these aren't as hot as the bird's eye chilies, and I've eaten those.
No.
No big deal.
They're not hot. They're not even as high as a
No
habanero.
big deal. No big deal here.
A habanero's like 80,000.
I want to take the camera off him, but then again, I don't. It's like
Yeah, watch where
I
you
feel
what you do
torn.
with your fingers now.
So I'll tell you what. I ate one of those and it was hot as fuck. So
You can
Ghost-
smell it, can't
Ghost
you?
peppers
Pam?
are a million.
he's blown it
It's like pepper spray. It's just gonna go blind, dude.
Yeah.
Careful.
Ah, fuck.
Then I gave one to my son and he agreed it was hot.
He's
as
not
fuck.
sweating or anything. He's good.
I've eaten
Okay.
I've eaten hotter peppers than this.
Yeah, he's eating those
Okay.
chips that are probably ghost peppers, right?
I've never eaten a ghost pepper, but I've eaten ghost pepper hot sauce.
Oh, I
Ghost
thought it
peppers
was-
a million plus.
I've had it in the Thai dish
Million?
before, and
Holy
I
shit.
Yeah.
it was a mistake. It was in between flights at an airport. It was the worst decision I've ever made in my life.
What?
Yeah.
Who sells that at a flipping airport?
I don't know. I think it was in New Mexico, Albuquerque.
Just to
Maybe.
tie up
Oh
the
my
bathroom.
god.
Terrible choices.
I took the first batch about what I gave you sequence, about that many. I boiled them down and then pureed them and made a hot sauce. And I just fucking squeezed that shit into everything, like on my eggs or in my, chili, stuff like that. It like kicks it up quite a decent amount. I don't put a lot in.
I like vinegar-based hot sauce for eggs and stuff like
That's
that.
what that is a vinegar. It's what I made. It was vinegar. I can't remember. It was you boil it in some water first to kind of extract all the shit, and then you just food processor it with the vinegar and everything together, and then you just like pour it right into the container.
Tabasco gang, man.
Oh, I never liked the flavor of Tabasco myself.
Yeah, I don't really care for Tabasco either. I like
Cayenne sauce.
Same with the red hot sauce. I didn't really like
Yeah.
that flavor either.
Oh,
I like
Frank's.
Louisiana hot
Or
sauce.
Frank's, yeah, not really.
Or
I love Frank's.
Cholula is my favorite hot sauce. It's
Texas
for
Pete,
green
man. I haven't
guys.
seen Texas Pete in forever.
We had some Texas Pete
I
today.
can get down with that though. Texas Pete's
The
all right.
crazy thing about, I was learning some sauces. I was looking at how to make the sauces. The crazy thing is you have to match colors. Like that pepper plant that I have, it has like 5 different colors on it. It turns like really white colored all the way to shades of yellow to fucking orange and then red finally. Actually, a little bit of purple on some of them. But if you try to mix colors, they'll turn like brown. But your sauce will look like shit. So you have to use either, you can make usually it's either red sauces or green sauces for most peppers.
Yeah.
And so you got to keep your reds with your reds and your greens with your greens. But you can mix, especially greens, it's a little bit easier. You can mix greens with like a green bell pepper or a red bell pepper to take something that's really
Mellow it
hot
out.
and mellow it out. Yep, and make your sauce not so hot. I thought that was a cool trick.
That
You
is
know, when I
smart.
was in the army, my friend his parents were from Mexico, and they used to send him a care package of like these gallon jars that they made of homemade salsa. And I always asked his mom, like, I make salsa, but I never can get it hot enough, and I throw so many peppers in. And she said, well, that's your mistake. Is if you've added a bunch of peppers already, try adding one more tomato to the salsa, and you'll be amazed at how much more that would kick up the flavor for it. So I've always done it that way.
Kicks up the acid too, those tomatoes. Every time you
Yeah.
add those tomatoes, it's
Mhm.
more acid.
Anybody grow tomatillos and make salsa with that?
Tomatillos.
I've seen some wild ones. I
Oh,
only-
nice.
I've grown them before for
but
growing
they're real small.
They're
Don't
yeah,
big plants.
yeah.
That's for sure. You get a shitload of those things.
And they come back like crazy the next year too. Like I had.
Oh, really? The perennials, they come
Oh,
back?
No, well, I mean, just because there's so many. Like I just didn't harvest.
just
them all,
when they
so
fell.
volunteers, yeah. But a wild amount we have coming back this year, and then we have some pots, potted ones on our deck that a couple of them got a little dried out because of the lack of rain this year. But growers' laziness too, and being able to water deck plants every day, basically.
Right.
What I wanted, oh yeah, speaking of like peppers and red peppers and making like different blends or salsas or things like that, shout out Ciao Amici's, the restaurant in Brighton. It's an Italian restaurant, and one of the dishes they have as an appetizer is calamari. It's pretty standard, just flash fried calamari or whatever. They used to do it with red peppers. Like I think they fried it with red peppers, and you get that like red pepper sweet flavor right in it. Last time I went there, they must have changed it up, and they're actually like made this like it almost looks like a marinara sauce or something you dip your calamari into, but it's a red pepper paste. So instead of like cooking the calamari in the red pepper, now you have it as like a dipping sauce. It was interesting because I don't think I've ever had
It's like
a
a pesto.
yeah, almost, yeah.
Nice.
Must have been some oil in there and I don't know, probably a couple of spices or something. I'm not really sure, but it was all right. You know? Something else you can do with your extra peppers.
You take those peppers and cut them long ways, those bell peppers, and pickle them with your pickle spears. Make them all flashy. Get the different color ones.
Dude, I love peppers and hummus, or just veggies in general with hummus dip. Oh my god,
Hummus.
screw
Bell pepper
ranch.
is a fresh bell pepper where you just cut into it and it's so crunchy.
Oh,
it's so sweet.
The
It's
smell.
yeah, man. It's so good. So good. I like to eat a lot of those just raw, honestly. Rinse them off and eat that fucker raw.
I've been every day I
I like
walk by my
carrots.
bean plant, my green beans. I just
Yeah.
I haven't harvested like any of them into a bowl because I just keep pulling them off literally every time I walk by them.
It feels so good to do that too. It's
It
awesome.
really does, man. It's a nice little snack, you know.
Peas, same thing. Oh, so good. I got cantaloupes going right now. I'm so excited. They're not huge, but they're probably about this size. But I probably have, I don't know, 12 to 15 or so out there.
Nice.
So I'm really stoked about that. Hopefully, I got to figure out when's the time to harvest the cantaloupe. So,
I was just going to ask you that.
well,
don't
I'm
know.
assuming I'm waiting. So at first they have like a harder shell, and then as they start to age, they get that cantaloupe looking like, I don't know what that's called on the outside of a cantaloupe.
The rind?
Texture.
Yeah, they want weird texture on the rind. But then there's veins, right? And the veins are still green. So that's what I'm kind of, my gardener instinct is to like look at those veins, and they got to turn more cantaloupe looking, like orange maybe, or brown at least. So I'm waiting for that green to go away is what my instinct is. I'll have to look it up and see.
We didn't plant any this year, but the last 2 years we grew them for our chickens because I hate cantaloupe, quite frankly, and my chickens love them. So it was a great little snack to just chuck at them, and they just go ham on them, you know.
Worms also, any kind of melon I love.
Yeah.
So melon tech maybe instead
I'm
of
with you there,
avocado tech.
Feroli. I wish I liked cantaloupe. I don't. I try it
Is that
every so
cantaloupe?
often.
What the heck?
Honeydew also sucks for the record.
Honeydew, yep, honeydew.
Never want to eat one of those either.
And it's
You
always
guys like watermelon? Do you guys at least like watermelon?
The
for
watermelon's fantastic.
No.
Same water content as the strawberry. They're both delicious.
Seedless.
I do like a good ripe watermelon, but like you always get that in the like the fruit cup. Okay, I'll have the fruit cup. It's never the good shit like fucking.
No.
You just want the
strawberry.
grapes, man. That's all you want. No,
It's
just the grapes.
that fucking shitty stuff like the melon. Nobody wants.
And like
Or
some
those-
apricot or
Or those
whatever.
overly fucked up peaches that they put in there. That's just like
Well,
candied
see,
I
syrup
thought they
and
were
shit.
apricots. I don't know. There's something
Ooh,
not
I don't like
normal.
those either.
You know what's even
Mandarin.
worse
It's
than that?
Mandarin, dude.
The fruit in the syrup, the fruit cups.
I mean, I
This
could drink that shit all
mofo
day.
fucking likes that shit. And
Oh, that's gross in the syrup. You gotta get it in the gel.
It's cocktail juice, dude.
They call it a cocktail. It's classy.
It says
not
cock.
good.
It says
Classy.
cock right in it. It says cock right in it.
You put a little
Put that in your
Sprite in
mouth.
there. It's a Shirley Temple. What are you talking about, Spartan?
Oh
It
my.
is pour
Do you want a
it
juice
over
box straw for that too?
You
brown.
gotta go for the gel, man.
Whatever
It's
comes.
Fruit
in.
in the
fake
gel.
hybrid
That's the
of corn
move.
syrup.
The fruit in the gel is the move, man.
I mean, maybe put a little
Gross.
gelatin or pectin in there, and now you got jealous shots. I don't.
Oh, Kingfisher's telling me you gotta smell the ass of the cantaloupe to see if it's ready. Awesome.
There you go.
See if it smells like a cantaloupe.
Anybody growing corn here? My corn is so
I'm
small
not.
still.
It's finally getting tall.
They're
all
selling
the
this.
places
Farmer's
around
selling
me.
it already on the corner for me.
We saw
That's at 7-Eleven.
a big
Sweet corn.
gaps in the way farmers planted it this year, and I don't know if I'm looking
Mm.
at maybe people corn versus deer corn versus whatever. You know, I
The
don't
right
know.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet
but
field corn.
some of it was planted like legit 2 months later, where it was like they weren't even going for the knee high by 4th of July thing. It was just like, whatever, just I don't know. I'm
Hey.
sure there's a reason for it, but
My sativa just finally flipped. Just finally outside, just now starting to fucking open up and shit. I'm like, oh, this is gonna fucking.
Oh, wow.
It's gonna be some racy shit, man. Because I'm gonna end up pulling this like week
Week
7
6.
and shit.
Yeah.
You know, 6 and
Holy
7. Yeah,
moly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so it doesn't have crowns or anything yet either?
It's just now fucking opening up and starting to
Oh,
throw the
wow.
hairs just now.
Jeez.
And
yeah.
I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. That's the one that has the long sativa leaves. I'm like, oof. What I may end up doing with
See you in
that is
November.
if it gets so
Yes.
shitty, is I can bring that inside and I can just throw a light over top of it. And that's one of the beauties of growing in a 7-gallon pot instead of fucking being in the ground. I'll just pick that bitch up and
to do that, man.
huh?
You might end up having to do that.
I might have to do that. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
And honestly, it'd probably be worth your while if you did. So, you know.
Oof, dude. Yeah. It's the only one that looks like that. So all the other seeds from that don't. They're more of like a hybrid look. And this one's just super long, fingery leaves. And like, okay, I can definitely do this.
It's my favorite kind. I like that kind.
It's hard to find now. You know, there's not a lot of growers growing that stuff. So if you want to find it, you got to grow it yourself.
I gotta get you this Blue Dream, Scobo, because I
You
don't
take
want it.
You don't want it?
I don't know. This high better be great because it's one weird, ugly plant.
What
Big.
makes it weird?
It likes to bush out a lot, I heard.
Yeah, it's bushy, so it's gonna be a pain to trim already. I can tell. It's got the form of the buds are kind of just odd shaped. They're like crowned, but like circular. So it's not crowns. It's not like spikes.
Okay.
You know, it's just straight up a mess up there. Flat top, like a flat top. It's
Is it more of like a
interesting.
dome, like a real wide, like low dome?
Yeah,
Or is
like
it
a
straight
shallow,
flat?
shallow dome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, but I don't know. So it's gonna be a pain to trim. I can tell you that. But it roots
No.
good and all that. And the smell, I'm not getting anything crazy off of it. Maybe a tiny berry smell. So
Not like what you're
underwhelming.
expecting. Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping for more, but it's
mean,
not
yeah.
finished. It's unflushed. So
We need to get a tissue culture person and get that thing tissue cultured.
Well, I wonder if you
Yeah.
couldn't like take cuts off of it, work it back. You know what I mean?
well,
I'll try
I
to
got
rejuvenate it.
I
'Cause
got
if it's
cuts.
the actual cut, imagine how old it is. If that's the actual cut, imagine how old it is.
Yeah.
and how many times it's been passed.
Do you
Well,
see what
yeah.
Sal's saying right there? That may be the real deal there.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. The leaves are finger skinny little. Yeah.
That's the
Probably
Hazelaner.
Is
It's
it like the?
you better have some room to grow one out and
Cheers,
give it
Sal. Thank you.
space.
Hey Spartan, do you know how much a tissue culture setup, like at home setup, would cost? Are we talking like 15,000 or like 50,000?
At home.
Well, like a legit one, something you could run like.
From
in-
what
like-
I understand, you can just get what like people in my colleges get, like flow hood and a clean room.
I
and
can
you can do
DIY
it
it
that
for a
way.
lot cheaper.
For
Yeah.
probably less than 1,000.
My buddy Raptor Grow does.
If you know how to build a flow hood, if you want to buy a flow hood, they're like 1,500.
Okay.
Shout out to
Look,
Raptor.
yeah, look up my college's flow hood, or you know.
Because I don't know really anything about it other than like what you can do with it, but in terms of like how you do it, like I'm clueless.
If you look up some like there's some really great channels like Willie Myco on YouTube, and
It's a still air box. You can do those too.
they just show you all kinds of
that's a
all
flow
different
air.
options,
That's a
ways you
flow
can
air.
do things if you want to for mycology. And if it's clean enough for mycology, it's generally going to be clean enough for your tissue culture as well.
Okay,
Yep.
next question. What about if I wanted to do this commercially? How much would I have to invest into the equipment then? You know, if I'm talking like
I
keeping a
don't know.
library of like hundreds of strains.
The thing that would really make a huge one big question you have to answer is if you're talking commercially, you're talking about licensed in the
Yeah.
cannabis space, because that's going to be a way higher number if you're licensed to deal with cannabis than if you're not.
No, I know. I'm not talking like real estate licensing or anything like that. I'm just talking about like the equipment that
To have
you
a
would
lab
need.
that you can do it yourself.
Yeah.
So really, for Girly, from my understanding, you need, if it's just you and you're operating it, you just need space for your flow hood. So that's like a stainless steel desk, like 6 foot wide, and then
Like a hash wash
ton,
station.
a
About
ton
that
of racks with a certain type of light, and that's it. So space, as much space as you want, because it's about
Environmentally controlled space, I would
keeping it.
assume.
Environmentally controlled space, but there's
Like
no
a hash
there's no
room.
BTUs fighting you at least. Maybe some LEDs that are really
Just
minimal.
the person in there will bring it
Yeah.
up.
So
Want some kind of AC or
and then
So
you
it's like a
just
small
store it.
processing lab without the C1D1. You
And
know what I mean?
it's
Kinda
time.
size.
It's
Okay.
time. So you're not going to see your first tissue culture for 6
6
plus months.
Dude, I've been doing this for 10
So-
years. I got all the time in the world.
Exactly. So-
You know.
As long as you have time and space, it's not too much overhead.
So the
from what
general
I-
concept, do you understand the general concept of tissue culture is they're just taking like the newest part of the plant, the newest forming part of the plant, cutting it and
Typical
getting it
stem.
down to the cellular level. They're taking it to the cellular level and then they're repopulating it and growing a plant from that. The idea is this too new of plant material to be infected by the viruses and other bullshit that plant has taken up in its life. So yeah, you're trying to get ahead of that. Sometimes they'll take that. The reason why this costs so much and usually takes a long time sometimes at the commercial side of things is because they test it along the way. So they test it before and like, yeah, it tests positive for blah, 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 and blah. They do the process, then they test what they grew out, a little sample of that. And if it still tests positive for something, they're not going to stop.
Right.
They're going to do it again, take the meristem of that plant and do the process again until they get a clean plant. And then when they have the clean plant, then they'll let you know. So it could be a year. It could be, who knows, until they get that process to where they got it a clean, depending on how infected you are.
It sounds fun. You know what I mean? It's a totally different, like, kind of ancillary thing to this industry. And it just sounds like it would be cool to be able to keep or freeze in time genetics that are valuable to us, you know, and then make them available to
you can store in a refrigerator, you know, like a library of genetics.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
now-
Like, how big of a refrigerator do I need? Like a walk-in fridge? Because you know, maybe I got 500, 1,000 strains, right? Like, how much space?
Yeah, I would say
And that-
walk-in fridge for that kind of size.
That service would be so useful at a reasonable price. Like, you know, home growers could use it to clean their stuff, could restore their stuff.
Just remember that if you take something on like that and you go outside of just in-house, that's another avenue you're inviting in said pathogens and viruses that you are supposed to be cleaning out of these plants. So just take extra precautions.
Well, I see that almost as part of the job is like remediation, though, right? Because I want to make everything's essentially sterile in the end anyway. So even if it does or doesn't have a problem, I want to get it to, you know, ultimately the same spot at the end. So
Luckily, you're taking in plant cuttings in a bag or something. So
Yeah.
Right.
And also with the flow hood, I think you need some sort of microscope. So that's how I mean, you're going to be looking at this.
that's probably a couple
plant
$1,000
cutting.
at least right there.
Yeah, I don't know what
At
level. I
least.
know you can get a pretty good microscope for like $300 to $400 that can see some damn close stuff. So I don't know what you need for that, but yeah, so you'd be taking that little plant cutting and really checking it out.
I would really
and
reach out to
keeping it
Raptor Grow
quarantined.
on
Say again,
Instagram.
Spartan?
I would really reach out to Raptor Grow on Instagram, and he would tell you straight up what you can do on a budget, and what you can do if you're willing to spend a little money to make your life easier on things. Because he makes his own fucking mycology shit by hand. He goes to school for this shit.
Now I'm looking at a sustainable horticulture degree, certificate of achievement. Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Certified horticulturalist. Yeah, I mean it's just very interesting to me. I know it's still kind of like emerging science in this industry. Obviously, again, we're like applying, you know, things from other industry to ours to, you know, for our benefit. But I'm just worried that we're gonna have people, you know, big corporations or people with more money than us that get way ahead of us on this, and then, you know, the access to genetics becomes an issue, or you know, the way they're kind of handled. And I know it's very easy to kind of just create more and stuff, but I don't know, man. Like I'm pretty attached to some of the strains I grow, obviously. And it would be nice to just know that I could keep them around for forever.
Yeah, I love that idea too.
So then so we've got this tissue culture thing, right? So I get it back from you. So do I just grow it out now and everything's groovy? Like,
So what they do is generally is they'll put it in a petri dish and they'll be growing it in that. But if you keep it in a cold enough condition, it won't grow very fast. It'll just grow slowly, and you just check on it every once in a while and make sure everything's going right. You know, you can add food to keep it going. but you can actually hold genetics that way for pretty long times and keep them at cold conditions. When you're ready to actually propagate one to send to somebody, you put it in a little bit warmer conditions and you let it actually grow out and root out, and then you send it to them. You get a rooted plant.
Say at some point in this process, you just have regular plants and you can clone them and transfer them to people as you want.
Beautiful.
So yeah, so I guess my thinking then is like, all right, I'm going to create a clone shipper that's made out of a petri dish essentially, and then after so many weeks, months, whatever, I have this batch of, oh, here's 1,000 clementine going out to this, one factory or whatever, or here's this flight of Fragoli strains that's going out to this home grower, so you can grow one of each. I don't know. It's just plenty of ideas and fun you could have with that, but it's a lot of work and totally out of my league, over my head. You know what I mean? I want to know more. I want to tour a lab like that. I would love to check out and see what people are doing.
So I know of a person, and maybe if we reached out to him, we could tour his lab. But Tiki Man had one built just recently in Flint, but it cost. He said it cost him like $1 million for this one, so it's got to be pretty
That's what I was
high,
thinking.
like legit
$1 million.
lab. But I'm sure we probably work something out and walk through that if we wanted to take a look at a tissue culture lab.
Oh, man.
Yeah, let's go this week.
That's a home game. Shit, we could do this one.
I'm in Lansing tomorrow for a big tour, but yeah,
What's
that's
that
another.
sequence?
$1 million in lab equipment is small potatoes, really. I mean, that's a big investment for anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the rotavap alone that I have is ridiculous.
Have you been playing with that more?
What kind of questions?
I mean, like working the different tech. Yeah, like I mean, have you figured things out with this in your process now and starting to change it up?
Yeah, man, it's difficult because every run is different, just like every plant, right? Because the input isn't the same. The inputs are different every time. It's always different plant, different combinations of plants. So that's a different mix of terpenes and viscosities, and so there's an art to it for sure. And it's I like to ramp it. I like to do everything, just kind of ramp it up slowly and just kind of watch how everything goes, and I just slowly increase the heat and get the speeds to a certain speed's important too, I guess. But the basic thing is I generally increase the heat just until I start getting a pretty good return on the alcohol. Once you get a pretty good return on the alcohol, to me, there's no reason to keep increasing the heat, even though if the number tells me, I'm low heat, I could go higher to get to the boiling point. I'm obviously reclaiming. So I can't trust the numbers. I don't go by the numbers, by the boiling points of these, because the vacuum might be pulling a harder vacuum, which reduces the boiling points, and there's a bunch of these other factors. So I just eyeball it, and I think that's kind of the art part of it, because there's two adjustments: the heat, obviously, and then there's the speed of the rotation. Yep, and then the heat of the bath that it's in, the water bath. So, that's the heat adjustment, I guess. But yeah, so you just play with those two things. And generally speaking, I just increase the speed of that as the liquid gets more dense, right? So as it gets more towards the oil, I want to increase that speed, because you want to spread the oil, because the whole point of turning it to begin with is to get a bigger surface area to let that evaporate. So, get more of the oil exposed to that warmth of the water so that it gets hot enough to evaporate off the alcohol. So
what's your time difference?
That's cool.
What do you mean the time difference?
The time difference from the Ito that you did have for that volume and to do the same amount of work with.
I'd say honestly, a lot of things were pretty similar, but I would say the difference is batch size. I can do almost an infinite batch size in what I'm doing now. I can fucking inject the way it's set up. It's just so sweet. I can inject into it as it's running without taking anything apart. And
perpetually spin.
Then I just have to stop it. I can stop it for a second and take the vacuum pressure off, which I like to do anyway, because it's a water pump. I forget what they call those, but where the pump sits in the water. So I'd like to change the water out because it gets warm anyway. So I'll change the water out, and in the process, it reduces the vacuum so that I can drain the reclaimed alcohol. Once I get up to, I can hold like 3,500 milliliters, so almost a gallon. And so I can just go ahead and reclaim that, and then just start everything right back up and keep going. So that's where the time difference it's miles ahead of what I could do with Edo because of that. I'm instead of making batches of a half gallon, I'm making fucking gallon batches or fucking 2 gallon batches. Who gives a shit? And just spend a whole day down there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Get a whole fucking cooler full of dry ice and just run that shit all day.
I mean, you get much bigger than this, we're gonna have to get you the white lab coat, bro.
I'm not getting any bigger than this, man.
With the pocket protector and shit, you know.
That was damn work.
No, it's just I'm really glad that you have that, you know, specifically because you're helping so many people out with that medicine.
Yeah, I just sent some more out to I don't like shouting out. I'm not sure what they're cool their names, but somebody fighting some cancer. They've actually been fighting for a long time, and so it's been one of the situations where it hasn't cured. Oh my god, my dog is ridiculous.
Is that the Quipster?
That was Quibbly, yeah.
What was he doing?
Yeah, breathing.
Sounds like a dragon.
I don't know. He just disapproved about something. I'm not sure what that was.
Yeah.
But now I've completely forgot what I was talking about. Must not have been important.
Sending out to cancer patients.
Oh yeah. I just he was out, so I just it was one of those things where it stopped. That's what I was saying. It stopped it, so it didn't progress anymore. It hasn't backed it up. At least it stopped it. And so he was saying he was out, so I just sent him 5 more grams, so he should be good for a while.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Well,
You know,
I got Chernobyl project going.
What's the project?
So I got 2 males, and then I got a really, really nice female. It's probably like the Slimer.
Are you going to use both males?
I'm a flower them out singularly, like, and grab their pollen, or as much as I can, and then when I flower them out, I'm gonna be like, okay, you know, watch them, obviously, smell them, and if there's one that's, you know, stinky or tricky or something, that male is gonna be obviously the one I'm probably gonna pick. But I'm gonna hit them both to the Chernobyl female and see what happens, and then I'll have 2 versions of F2s, basically. So, and then go from there.
Okay.
But the female is just awesome. And I mean, usually when you're breeding, you want to find a nice male, but
So I got a male Vortex. You want that? You can throw that
yeah,
in.
we can start hitting sub cool stuff. Remember, I got those 2 Ace of Spades packs, so
Yeah, if we got we'll keep it in the sub code.
that's how you bring. Yeah, that's how you keep stuff around. You F to it, hunt it.
What is that one, Baked?
What?
Chernobyl?
No, not Chernobyl.
Ace
The other
of
one.
Spades?
Ace of Spades. What's the cross on that?
Let me
You
check
remember?
it out. No,
Jack?
it's I think it's Dairy Queen or something, or no, Jack the Ripper and something.
JTR. Okay.
And the JTR, I think, is that lemon cleaner terp kind of.
Super lemon.
That's one of my favorites. I love me some.
Jack the Ripper. Oh, that's right, you just screwed some of that.
It's Black Cherry Soda times Jack the Ripper, and Black Cherry Soda is the unknown lineage, but not a lot of people use it anymore. It's pretty much gone. But I do know somebody warned me that it can't. It's been known to harm me, or maybe Subcool had mentioned that a while back. So I'm gonna keep an eye out. But maybe he had one that didn't, so he used that. And then Jack the Ripper is Jack's Cleaner and Space Queen. Looks like some Northern Lights background, Jack Her background, stuff like that.
Her.
Yeah, Herrera, whatever. I never got that down.
I like that one.
I think it's like horror, so it's horror.
Hair.
Terror like terror.
Hair like hair.
Hair like terror. Hair like terror.
Okay.
I like that. All right. Terror like Hera.
Sing it. We'll remember it that way if we can make a jingle out of it.
Or a rap, yeah.
Or so then.
No, it's that cookie, man. I baked a bunch of Spartan cookies. I'll have to
Oh,
bring
nice.
How many have you had today?
2, man. I had one before last show and one before this show.
I forgot to
You-
art. So,
You're getting up into that Becker range, man. Gotta be careful.
Becca, she didn't even eat one. Oh, she ate one, was it?
are we gonna do an art?
One.
No,
It was
no,
a
she had more
partial
than
one.
one.
Cookie
she ate more
challenge?
than one. Oh, that's what she ate more than one. That's what
That's,
it was.
yeah, she ate that other one that
One
was
and
in
a
the container,
half.
thinking that it wasn't a medicated cookie and tricked herself.
I still want to point out. I think me and Sequence on the float. Did we eat 2 Sequence or 3? I think it was 2 in the parking lot and 1 on the float.
We
I
did
think
2 in the parking
3.
lot. Yeah, 2 in the parking lot. We were walking in because we had to go get air for the SS Scobo and shit.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then,
Right,
yeah,
okay.
So we definitely.
it was enough. It was.
We've done a
enough. It was
lot,
working.
Today or yesterday for rafting, we did a bunch of edibles before we went on the water.
Take a bunch of dicks.
Tara, Nut Tree, and Painted Lady. had
It's
some.
RSO.
No, we didn't take RSO, but I was out on the water and I was noticeably high. I knew I was high.
Noticeably high.
Feeling woozy.
I was like looking at the
Look at the
tree.
smile on his face and shit.
I'm really wasted.
He's like,
I'm like,
fucking love it.
I don't
That's
know.
why he's got that look on his face a few times
Mhm.
going down the rabbit.
That's why he looks so calm.
Well, maybe that is why. Maybe if I was not paddling at some points,
Blame it on the weed, man.
Yeah, yeah.
At some point.
Fishing there.
Look at the smile on that face.
Oh,
She
no,
said one in a
people
crumb.
are not in the water. I see.
One
Hey,
in a
speaking
crumb
of
and she was done.
speaking of Becca and Tara and weed, I got a couple flights.
Weed.
Yeah.
Who are you supposed to be going up against, Tara? Because I got
supposed to be
I think
baked.
2 of them.
I'm supposed to go.
Oh.
Yeah,
for
we
date,
gotta-
so
we gotta meet
definitely
up.
need. Yeah, we need to hook up so I can get that from you.
Okay, I am supposed to be in Lansing Tuesday. Excuse me, Tuesday afternoon, late afternoon. If maybe somehow we can make that happen, I have a building
Okay.
tour out there. Maybe like between 5 and 6 we can meet up, or I don't know. I don't know what timing works out for everybody, but I'll be over there around 4 or 5 o'clock, something like that. So
I can't
Okay.
wait to see you
Okay.
on the late side.
Yeah.
This is going to be one for the ages, guys.
Yeah.
Figured out.
Because we're going to do that race to the finish. Wasn't that the thing? It's going to be a foot race to the end.
oh shit.
Yeah, because they're having no problem finishing it.
Right.
So we have
Mhm.
to think of a different challenge now.
So it's a foot race.
So it's
I think that's what we're gonna have to do is see who can finish the flight first.
Ooh,
okay.
baby, come back.
I like it.
Tara, I just want you to know that
I think
I've
I
been
can do
hearing-
that.
I've been hearing a lot of this. I just want you to know, Tara.
I honestly don't know
What?
who would
What?
win.
I hear about a lot of this from Baked. Like, I don't know why we're even doing this.
Baked.
I don't
know why
remember any of this. It might have happened,
Come
but
on
we-
now.
It might have happened. Okay.
I'll cut them grilled cheeses off in a heartbeat.
yeah, right. If I win, they're unlimited.
You know I
We're incentive to win.
I feel like whoever's like got the more powerful rig is gonna win. Like if you got an e-nail, I mean, you might be better than a tor.
Well,
you're
that's-
off with that
that's
too.
E-nail
great
might be
point.
Wait, I got a whole case of butane. I'm not worried about running
No,
out.
no,
It's
I know.
true. He literally has this fucking giant case of butane.
Yeah, I'm
on his
set
front
on
fucking-
It's not about
butane,
the
so I'm
fuel.
good
It's just
there.
the way you're.
He ain't
heating.
running out. He'll have 2 going at once.
I agree
When one
with you.
dies, he'll just have the next
As
one
long
going.
as he
It's already
doesn't
gone.
break my rig from here till then, we'll be good.
He's got a backup one already loaded. for this.
Can't wait.
I just
Tara,
want to know,
what
Tara.
torch do you have? Do you have a blazer torch?
No, I'm just gonna use my camping thingy.
All right,
The
no,
propane.
we'll hook you up. We got you.
Oh,
Figure it
Oh,
out.
look at this! Is like the
Look at-
war. This is like the war in Ukraine, where this third party is supplying.
yeah.
like,
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're Putin.
Does that mean I'm supplying
Get
the
out of here,
weapons?
Putin.
We're a little Ukraine.
Wait, that means I'm America, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
definitely.
All right.
You've
Sounds like
You're-
the challenge is all ours now.
All I'll say is I believe it's a there's 7 of them, of course. The top row is Mr. C's Punch, Mr. Clean, and Garlic Poison. And the bottom
Nice.
row is 2 Lime Skunk and 2 Clementine. One of each is live resin, one of each is sauce.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
that's gonna be so
mouth-watering.
tasty.
Hell yeah.
Finish with the clementine. You'll be like, oh,
Definitely start with the Lime Skunk.
yeah.
Yeah.
get that
lime
spaghetti in there
sounds
somewhere?
okay.
Hit that
Garlic
garlic right
poison,
after it. Yeah.
Wow, I can't
I
wait.
just kinda
This
come into
sounds
garlic.
awesome.
I'm just gonna rip through the top layer in like 10 minutes.
10 minutes. That's kind of a long time, dude.
Woo.
For
Yeah, try
3
it.
or 4 of
Try
them.
Yeah, that's a
3
long
on
time.
top, but yeah, I feel you.
Mm.
That's a long time baked.
Man, it
Okay.
took me what was it? 5 minutes? How many minutes did we have in between when we did the baked? And then
7 or 8. It was
I
one
think it
of
was 8.
yeah, it took me like the 7, 8
Yeah.
minutes to get through them. Sometimes, like
Through
I was,
one.
yeah, through
Yeah.
one.
So it's interesting.
Lucas says you didn't say that when I suggested ice cream. What is she? I don't remember ice cream.
I didn't get any ice cream today, and I regret it.
But yeah, I kind of wish I had some ice cream right now.
Just some good
Bring
chocolate.
it up,
What's your
Lucas.
favorite brand?
Myers
I've been
Hello.
familiar
Trying to
actually
pick a good brand.
of ice cream.
Yeah, for just a good chocolate.
Briars.
I like them. I
Yep.
like them.
I'm with
I
you.
do
Sorry.
not like layers.
But like, there's all those fancy, expensive ones. Like
Briars, man. Fuck all that. Briars is the chocolate.
all right.
That's the like
I'm
black
not-
and white striped one, right?
Or if you want to get fancy, bro, we can go to the meat
Maybe.
market and get it's called Calder's Dairy, that saying that
Yo.
chocolate milk I brought you.
Yeah, they sell it at one of the polys over here.
Always. There you
I
go.
found it. I was like, whoa.
There you go. Well, they don't sell the ice cream there, but they don't sell the ice cream, but they can fucking that place down the street sells the ice cream.
Yeah,
You
that's
get
probably
there,
good ice cream. The
Look at
milk
how excited he
prac-
is. He's
the
all
milk-
moving around.
The milk is practically ice cream. That's how thick
Yeah.
it is.
They
People.
don't take the
And,
cream out. They leave the cream in when they make that
Yep.
chocolate milk. It's so thick,
Mm.
and it comes in a big glass bottle like the old school milk bottles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
last
like
time I got ice cream from a
it was
shop, I was a
4 or
little
5
disappointed.
bucks return.
Really?
It was I'm a big fan of like Superman and Blue Moon, like the
Oh.
child I am, you know.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's the same thing as like the Fruity
God.
Pebbles flavors,
I'm
right?
a
Like,
big
You
I just,
fucking nerd!
I'm
You
a big-
fucking nerd!
but listen,
Get
I was
him!
very
Big-
upset.
Get him!
I had one scoop. I just wanted one scoop. I'm not a huge ice cream guy. Okay, Not
Look
really
at that guy
into
wearing
sweets. I'd rather just-
Superman!
It was
Superman.
like Cookie Monster, I think it was called. You know,
Oh,
off of
you're-
or
It was blue,
Monster dough.
right?
Yeah, why
blue
get all this
with
fucking
Oreos and
Fucking
cookie
shit.
dough in it. Sounds
Yeah.
fantastic. Blue
That
Moon
is.
with that, right?
No, it does
I get
not.
one scoop, little cup, right? Eating it,
You got no cookie dough.
eating it. Where are the Oreos? Eating it. Where's the cookie dough? Eating
Oh.
it. This is just Blue Moon. I got ripped off. It was so
Oh.
disappointing.
Dang.
It was still delicious.
Probably
I'm
because
not
they
gonna
thought
lie.
you were an adult.
Yeah,
That's like a
They would
McFlurry.
have thought wrong, I guess.
That's
Bullshit.
what happens
I
with
don't care.
McFlurries. You eat one M&M and the rest are gone. It's empty. It's white ice cream.
What happens when you have kids?
Did you know the McFlurry?
You mean vanilla ice
They
cream? Why is
do
it gonna be white ice cream?
McDonald's.
What's up with that?
They
It's
sued
just a
McDonald's
flavor.
for $1 billion.
5-year-old ordering this fucking ice cream out here. Full beer.
Yeah.
What's your flavor sequence? Rocky Road.
Moose Tracks, man. Moose Tracks is the shit.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing?
Black cherries lately is my favorite ice cream.
Black chip. Okay. Okay.
Are there any mint chocolate chip
mint
lovers?
chocolate chip? I like that.
I can get down with it.
I like coffee.
I eat just
Oh.
about every ice cream. Coffee is great.
I'm with you, Sequence. I can eat anything, man.
Pistachio. I haven't had a pistachio in a long time. That's
That's good
Mm.
too.
Blue Bunny makes a good one of those.
I like
Moose Tracks is probably my favorite still. Moose
Gelato,
Tracks.
totally acceptable. Gelato, Italian ice, still good.
Italian
I
ice
mean,
is really good.
Superman, guys. Why? Why are you guys even doing anything else?
Superman has so much artificial dyes.
Very artificial bullshit.
Like
It's ice
Like
cream.
chemicals. It's chemicals. It's not even ice
Yeah,
cream.
but
It's ice cream.
blue, yellow, and pink.
Get out of here with your
Yes.
Monsanto.
Are you out
lemon
there
and it
churning
says
that milk
Monsanto
yourself?
on it.
We got the organic versus synthetic debate going on here.
I like
Yeah,
my
that's-
Synganics.
Back when I was in age, you were
That's why I had
supposed to.
Oreos and cookie dough in it.
Yeah,
Neapolitan.
you gotta cover the shit taste. You gotta put something
Hey,
in it.
Ben and Jerry's
shit taste
Gimme
of what?
Gimme
Deliciousness?
S'mores is one of the best.
No, it's that chemically that you, blue and fucking
Fruit?
red chemical.
Blue
and red.
It tastes like
Yellow.
blue and red, huh?
That's
It does taste like blue and
no.
red.
It tastes
Yeah,
like
blue
shit.
drink, red drink.
It's like
Drink.
fucking garbage.
It tastes
Why
like
are you
childhood
hitting on
drink
my
going
childhood,
down the drain.
Spartan?
It tastes like my childhood for sure.
What about sherbet?
Good. Also good.
Steve says I'm just fat as fuck. I like ice cream.
But do we
All
pronounce
of them.
the second R?
What?
But do we pronounce the second R?
Oh, what?
No, sure.
No,
Sherbet.
second R.
You say
Sherbet.
Sherbet. Is that right?
Sorbet.
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 Sherbet.
Sherbet.
Sorbet?
Or sherbet.
It's
Oh, I don't
sherbet.
ever say sherbet. That was
Sherbet.
like the second time I just said it.
I like the orange one.
Sorbet.
Painted Lady and I listen to the same podcasts. It's Sherbet.
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 Like Hermit.
Like
Yes.
Kermit.
Sorbet.
Hermit eats.
I do like
sherbet.
sorbet.
Sorbet,
That sounds
your
very
ass
Sherbet.
is sherbet.
foreign.
Sherbet the frog.
Sherbet.
Thank you all for watching the show. Please check out our sponsor, Dick's Medibles. Please check out the late sesh tomorrow at 11. See you
Yeah,
next
man.
week.
Everybody.
Thanks for hanging out.
We'll see if I scared Sequence.
I forgot to take this dab.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh,
Don't forget to give the show a thumbs up on the way out.